Ladies and gents, here it is. We're back. It's TFTV. We got ourselves some more TF2, a brand new season of ETF2L. I think this is the first cast of season 39, our first week one game in the old Premiership division. So, welcome back. Hope everyone's had a nice little off season. It's, to be honest, felt like it's only been about like 3 or 4 weeks or whatever. So, not missed much. Today we're going to be looking at 4Toast, the X-Ascent roster, versus vibrams Middle Finger, the Yak move-up team from the old Division 1. I'm, of course, eepily joined with Peter and your boy Dum as my co-caster. What's up?
Should be an interesting season coming up here as well. A lot of talk about how this one's going already here. And very different teams here, of course. Like you said, Div 1 winners against a lot of Prem champions here as well from the past. So very different situations to get into the season with, and a lot of different expectations on how this one should be going, I guess. I would imagine for these teams. Interested to see how they will perform today and for the rest of the season here.
Yeah, should be pretty good. I'm gonna say the game today. Most people are gonna be predicting that the X-Ascent now 4Toast roster is kind of going to slay, because they're everyone's top seed going into the season. I'm seeing our wonderful channel points already going 39,000 to the lowly 10. So it's fine. I'm sure those will average out a little bit more. I don't think we're going to see necessarily the craziest game in terms of closeness, but at the same time, it's only week one, and this 4Toast roster has not looked like it's 100% firing on all cylinders just yet. They've been a little bit shaky here and there, even if people are predicting them to win come the very end of the season.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one here. Like you said, the cup results, they had a couple of really good maps, but there's also very few shaky ones. I remember the best of three they played with Nerd Rage was a really, really good gully wash, and then by the end of the last map, they got completely blown out in 5-4 fashion. So they're able to put up a performance just like we're expecting them to, but who knows if they're quite there yet, even with a little bit of a time gap there has been since.
Yeah, it is very true. I'll be honest though, this Ascent-ish roster for Toast. I'm sorry, in my head I keep thinking maybe people are going to get upset at me if I use the wrong branded team name, because it is not Ascent, it is 4Toast. So I refer to them as such. Yeah, maybe people aren't exactly aware of the roster. So bam, look at your screens now. Open your eyes, look at your screens. This is who we've got. This is Domo on the old medic, Lucas returning on demo. Pappy will be Pocket with Tomas roaming previously of Pocket Scout fame, and very good at it as well. The insider info from, granted, certain teammates of his has said that he's an absolute natural. But obviously, yet to see in the honorable battleground that is Premiership itself. And then we've got Credu and Neo in terms of scouts. So slightly different scouts that this roster would usually play with, but still very, very competent.
Yeah, on the other side, it's almost a correct roster. The last time they did play on the side of Vibrams, they did have Jolly step in. It's a sub, however. Otherwise, the roster is pretty much exactly the same you see on your screen here. Jorge on the medic, Joseph, aka Yak, on the demo man here with Scar and Taram on the soldiers, Loopy and Natos on the scouts. I mean, a lot of names people should be familiar with. So I had over here the new names. To probably most people should be, by all means, Taram and Loopy here able to prove themselves here. I suppose now to the level they're having to play with here should be a tough one in the matchup here with the scouts and soldiers ahead of them. But they played well so far, managed to win Div 1 and always optimistically scrimmed Div 1 last season too. I mean, it's the way to improve, right? You gotta go the hard way if you want to go anywhere at all.
It is very true. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta grind through it. You gotta make it happen. Definitely the hard way through the Prem season is very much the way they found themselves, going up against a top seed in week one. I mean, I guess there's a couple different mentalities of, you go against them like first week and, kind of get it out the way. And then you can play some of your closer matchups later on. Or, maybe sometimes it can be a little bit demoralizing to kind of get absolutely owned. But then again, in fairness, the best thing in the world would be for some crazy upset and for vibrams to take like a map off of 4Toast, and they'd be feeling like on top of the moon. They'd be like absolutely just loving their chances for the season after that. So that would honestly be like the best case scenario for them. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting one here. Maps wise as well. Process is usually often the map you see in both week 1 and the last one here together. I feel like admins very graciously let people play the most played map at the beginning, which I think makes a lot of sense here. You have this much practice, and for new coming teams, that might be a bit of generous proving ground. Granary, much of a different story here, of course, that should play out, I think, just very differently in general here. It's always fun to see maps that are very different. I'm still waiting for Pro Granary Week. That sounds really funny, but I'll take this as well.
Honestly, it's a complete side point, but just for those who may not have fully paid attention, I think it is genuinely really spicy. The fact that this season we have Viaduct week 6 and 7. So like the biggest playoff deciding weeks, Viaduct is a map on each. Like especially Viaduct process being week 7. I think it's going to be really spicy for some people's playoff chances, you know? Considering it's just scouts running around.
Kind of. However, in the higher divs, including Prem, it like barely matters, of course. It just matters who you play when, right? So don't change much there. However, in the lower divs, open, low, and mid, in Swiss, that's going to be a funny one, because all the Swiss matches like even out closer matches towards the end of the season, of course, and then you get product by the end of it. That's going to make for some funny games.
Yeah, definitely. Like Prem, I don't think it's going to matter that much, but you know, Prem is only one division. We're here to talk about the low players as well. You know, we are. You know, TFTV is very much equal opportunities.
You know, at least for grand finals.
Yeah, and you know, no, that is literally okay. Anyway, we're getting in the server. Looks like there's been some discussions about servers, and they potentially might be doing one on each server, which of course is the way that we love it best. As many connect changes as possible is really just like beautiful. We will be starting on processor, and I'm gonna be interested to see like how the pace starts here, right? I think it's gonna be very easy for Toast to just kind of get in strong and just kind of blow vibrams away. I think it's gonna be all about, you know, seeing what happens right at the start, where they can hold things out, maybe take like a mid fight and then kind of dictate the pace a little bit themselves. I'm just reading some of the nonsense in chat right now.
I mean, see, dude, I approve of it. I am a big fan of that.
Look at this. They're bullying each other about their names so they don't get minor warnings. Oh.
I mean, yeah, that's just how it goes. Always, well, not always, but most of the time when I put a link on TFTV, on ETF2L for the match pages, I put the warning on there as well that maybe just change your name. It's much easier and you avoid getting minus points for no reason. And in a season like this, where playoffs is very approachable for most of Prem, you really don't want to give up easy points like that for no good reason whatsoever other than your own forgetfulness.
I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't know how Twitch works. I assume that people are able to make predictions. Make your predictions, you know? Because I mean, I know what my prediction is going to be. Dum, what is your prediction? Are you going to have any spicy takes about what's going to happen here, or are you boring?
Not really. I'm going to go the very straightforward answer here. The last time I've seen 4Toast on this map was against Nerdrage. It was a very slow drawn-out game, mostly because Nerdrage wanted it to be more so than anything here. That means, however, that if the side of vibrams can't keep up anywhere close to this performance, which is hard to imagine at this point in the team's life. I think 4Toast will play a very free, aggressive game the way they want to here, and really the only thing that's going to hold them back at that point is Lucas potentially lagging somewhere.
It would be ideal if he didn't lag, I will be honest with you. I know that he doesn't seem to have much control over whether that happens, but it would be, yeah, it'd be better if he didn't. I feel like, I don't know, like I look at this roster comparison, and it's obviously not optimistic for vibrams, but I feel like if someone's going to do nutty stuff, it's going to be your boy Nuthouse, because sometimes that lad can just hold W and just kill everything.
See, I'm just out here waiting for the accidents to happen. I can't describe what it is that I'm looking for the accident, but when it happens, you know that it's happening. So I'm very keenly aware of that one here.
All right, well, let's find out. Let's see if there's going to be any accidents as we go into our first mid here. This is ETF2L Season 39, Week 1 for Toast versus vibrams Middle Finger. Rolling out nice and fast. Both soldiers on the side of 4Toast getting aggressive. Tomas actually going all the way behind now. Good damage towards his left-hand side. Good height being taken by all of these 4Toast players. Actually, everyone on the side of vibrams basically playing on the low ground. Skark could be losing his life. Tomas only now coming back out to spam this a little bit, but he has managed to trade this out with Lucas, so still positioning looking good for Toast here. Not quite securing these frags just yet, but with Patter's bomb coming in, he's doing so much damage. Neo as well, combining, picking up Luffy and clearing up Yak as well. This is going to be Jorge now running their desperate little lives away. 70 HP on Jorge still. He's going to get deep bombed, but all the way towards 1. will be able to escape and get his own Uber up towards the last, towards rollout actually, possibly wanting to contest 3 down. This would be a very brave decision. If they can get this 1 frag, actually, this could be a fantastic little hold here. Yeah.
It's a bit of a gamble here, but you can't expect them to have already here on second, right? You saw exactly how many chase, and the medic all alone there would just be a death sentence for Domo, so they played it safe on vibrams, on 4Toast. vibrams took a risk here, and still do for that, but a high bombs into choke, trying to shut them down, he not give them much space, but no one's really close at all. Some second bomb comes through, Papi bodied by Scar, still alive, but not alive for living, has to get out of here with this little health to try to even get any second chances here at all. 1 down each, don't want to lose a second one here for no reason. vibrams keeps them on their toes for now. So far, so good here. Still 4Toast. I mean, they saw the slow bit fight coming out of vibrams, and they just took advantage of it pretty nicely here. Maybe not the huge nukes they wanted on the bombs, but they did all the damage to force people out and get enough kills to get the space as well here. So, still going well for the set of 4Toast here. We'll have to go for a bit of a stalemate so far. Not at all a bad spot to be in for either side just yet, with this much time left to be played. Let's see what they can do from here. People are peeking a little bit. There's a Soldier Bomb coming through as well. Thomas going in deep. Like you said, first proper season of Soldier after a bit of cup gameplay here as well. Not yet finding the success on the sacks.
No, yeah, actually, just a fatty 0 damage sack. He'll get used to it, you know. Podcast Scout gives you an inflated sense of ego, but Roma brings that right back down again, so... vibrams' opportunity to try and do something. They peeky proddy a little bit towards the flank. No one getting aggressive, no one going for a sack, no one really going for anything. So just going to continue a little stalemate. Possibly just didn't feel like, you know, it was worth jumping someone in just kind of for the sake of it. Maybe need something just a little bit more organized. It does look like the flank is going to be where everything's happening. The entirety 4Toast went in there. They did get 1 frag as well. Thomas going super weak, but he's going to be living as well. 6 versus 5, great position. Lucas and Neo combining as well to go all the way through choke, basically. Credu does get taken down the back lines, but Pappy's all the way behind as well. 1 rocket is going to be forcing off Jorge. Will be losing his life pretty easily there, but this is looking pretty good for Toast. Now they still have their Uber. They have decent health on their players. vibrams is able to walk through choke just this little bit, but at any point you can see this Uber start to move forward, and they're actually just managing to hold it all the way. Neo getting that 1 frag. This is basically fantastic. No Uber used. A frag gained. Basically no pressure really on them at all.
Yeah, that force was doubly good, right? It's a force in and of itself, which is good, but it was so far back, they couldn't chase through choke whatsoever. They barely got in at all, and couldn't get any pressure mounted towards Domo here. A bit of fight still on the flank. Drum fighting back a little bit behind all the way. A little bit of resistance from the shutter door as well. Tried to keep them on edgy a little bit while Drum sneaks him from behind, but this needs to be a massive bomb coming in by the Soldier here in the backlines. Gets a shot off that hits, but nice off by Domo in no danger whatsoever, with no one else peeking in. It's just 1 player down now. They will have an Uber up, but that Uber has to do a lot of heavy lifting for vibrams now to hold onto this.
Oh, it does, and actually what happened is Yak has gone down completely. Hoi just only got their own Uber. Do lose their demo though, not quite wanting to right click, and it's going to be position being taken quite a bit by 4Toast. Losing Pappy though kind of puts an end to it. That was a dodgy little situation. They're still pretty aggressive towards this lobby, but now with Thomas being down, yeah, they've got to get the hell out right now. Getting forced here would be the worst case scenario for Domo. But all the way behind point now, they will get their spawners. Nothing quick from the side of vibrams at all. They seem to be content to play very, very slow towards lobby, even potentially missing an opportunity to go for a quick sack there.
I can't really fault them for that one. It was still a bit of a scrambled hold after the sacks here, and they already let people get out in time, so you just have to expect at least the 1 scout on the high ground staring you down already. Not a great chance to be taken here just yet. Still working away on some advantages here. Potentially there's a Soldier and Obi with a sniper in backup. Gets him a 2-4 on the trade here out of all this one, and immediately taking more and more space with a peeking from both rollout and lobby area to take some space. Scar goes in, sees what's up. Can't really go anywhere and can't even get out in time either. Just in there for a little bit too long, and that just makes it more and more difficult here with Loopy also getting walked over by Credu. Looks like the old guard still got it here, and then with that, pressure's mounting towards last here. Gun is up, and not for long.
No, that is going to be gunned down. Yak trying to keep position towards point. He's always playing on the very, very edge of this beam. Actually playing close, but there's no heals there at all. If there was just a little bit more pressure for Toast, but it was actually the flank from Thomas. They kind of trusted all in that, and he really didn't do anything as well. So, okay, for Toast, they're 2 players down. This is, you know, pretty much everything you want in terms of some kind of vague sack attempt. We do see Yak getting nice and aggressive towards upper lobby, upper PC almost. Going there is spamming towards this point, but Tiram's going to go down. They're all taking damage, and they're just running all the way back to last. Keep this on going. Happy is peaking a little bit with Thomas on rollout. They get the gun, but you can't really offer over here.
It's unlikely, right? They do send Thomas behind, though. They are not done just yet. It doesn't stand much chance here. The distraction plays coming in. Will actually get the medic, but it just goes in. Does not care at all, and that's exactly what I expected them to pull out here at some point here. Just one distraction to get in. That's kind of how they found all the success, right? Even with the party bomb for the force on second. They just want you to be busy so someone can make the move.
That is insane. I think Cody basically killed Jorge like in the doorway of spawn as well. That is pure disaster. Now, 4Toast going to be finding their spawners, going to have that massive Uber advantage. Jorge literally just only spawns now, and they've got a level 1 gun. It's only really this loopy defensive sniper, which could do anything, but shots ring out. Uber's already been used. They do not care at all. Neo playing towards this point. No stickies really towards it. Going to be getting all this cap time, bringing so many of these players forward. Actually, they're losing so many on the side of 4Toast. Actually, 5 players, possibly 6. They actually get fully wiped on this push. What happened?
Just brilliant focus fire here. Made sure that anyone that was able to be shot just got melted instantly. Really good job by vibrams, and they're going to be put awards for it like it's nothing. Look at that, 60% advantage by the time Domo spawns. Already have Turam behind somehow. Just walks past spawn and just is able to bomb in again. And who cares? They have 60. Yeah, they want 100. Getting it once again here. They're not even ready to push us yet, and they have just all the time to spare now.
Oh, that's huge. Preventing these buffs on the side of 4Toast is actually so important now. Like, they can't even stand on the high ground and spam for too long, right? All of this damage being dealt is going to be permanent. They've got to be very wary not to lose too many players. We do see the bomb through choke, getting some good damage already. Jorge walking all the way, taking just this little bit of spam, but they're playing it slow, just like they need to, and there's not a single buffed soldier to do any real bombs. We do see Loopy go down, which isn't ideal, but they're still content to try and take this slowly. This is taking quite a bit of effort to go through here, and at some point they're going to have to make a commit. Oh, but Lucas is lagging, and Pappy has gone down. This is a little bit of a disaster. Like, they have mid, they just got to go. Go on, boys. Just get it.
Well, they have the chance to. It's the advantage after all. They've extended it by a lot here with the bomb earlier, so high time to go. They're hesitant about it, and that's never a good thing to have the hesitance in this game. We'll waste a lot of time. They're sitting back, building quite nicely, and very happy about it too. Look at that. Getting to the 100 mark already, and just really walking forward now, and opportunity, unfortunately, closed down completely. Maybe just a bit afraid to commit too much into this. I mean, they were already almost too afraid to push into mid with this, for what it's worth, but at least played it nice and patient in the end, which worked out here. No chance to do that yet, with no advantage anymore.
Yeah, definitely seems like maybe a little bit jittery, a little bit of nerves here on the side of vibrams, giving away some opportunities, but we can create some as well. Luffy is on the sniper. He's peeking towards the choke. He has been pulled out. That shot has rang out for these players on the side of 4Toast, so they will be 100% aware of things. As a result, you can see Domo's positioned directly towards point. Not going to make things easy. Frags are being traded towards the flank. Ooh, actually 2 going down on the side of 4Toast. This is going to make things quite a lot harder now, especially with Domo being locked towards this point position. He can't even heal all the way towards PC. They're taking a lot of damage. So much damage actually been dealt to Domo. These headshots ringing out, and Scar's rocket into the pause.
That is... I always say this, but I have to do it for the new viewers here, who every once in a while join in here. Pauses in SDV, as we're watching, are not happening at the same time in the actual game. They are delayed by pause time plus 90 seconds, roughly. So this is just perfect timing by a complete coincidence. I have a rough idea of why the pause happened, to be fair, and there's only 2 options. Either A, Lucas did in fact giga lag, or B, they are a little bit tilted that they lost the round because of this, following up after the pause anti in a second. Both is very believable. And I mean, at this point, like, almost inevitable.
I definitely saw in one, like in the choke a minute ago, like Lucas was just jumping all over the place with lag. Dude was having some trouble, so hopefully that won't be too bad for him. But yeah, this in terms of this particular position, this is about as good as you could possibly want on the side of vibrams. There are 2 players, and you could, like, look at where Lucas and Neo are. They are like directly between basically the entirety of the vibrams roster. Like, there's no way, even if they get like a frag on this sniper, even if they get a frag towards Yak at this point, it doesn't really matter. They're both going down. If Yak lives and Lucas dies, that'll be the round, like, instant.
Yeah, that needs a miracle to win this here. I can very easily see, like you said, Sniper Demon go down. What, it takes like a pipe and a decent shot by Neo. to do all that, and that's both of them melted here, but then they're still stuck between Scar behind them, easily having time to spam while that's happening, and Nuthouse just about to come in here as well on beam. Not a place you want to be in. They've gotta make some calls quick here, and as much as you want to medic here, you can't ignore everyone else, so lots of work to do, very little time to do any of it, to try to salvage something here. Any kills are good though, even as much as this is advantage for Jorgen gang. If they get this to last with people down, then there's still time wasted here. And they're just hitting shots. They're literally with one more funny snipe onto the Demo Man. Demo's down each. Neo dancing on the backline. He's trying to waste time, which, like I said, is worth something right now. Maybe helps get some spawners up for last. Toppy and Domo should be up, but still massive disad at that point.
Yeah, very, very sad times on the 4Toast camp. They will be just about starting to get their spawns in. Lucas up in just a few seconds, waiting on Yak to arrive, which he very much does. They should be looking to go, oh my god, he's trying to make this easy. Goes down to really not much HP at all, but not going to stop Uber getting used towards his left-hand side. Deep bombs from Yak going to be doing a lot of damage towards his heavy. Just about manages to get out. Kredu on his main class does get to the beam as well. The rest of these players are going to be moving towards point, getting quite a bit of cap time. Lucas on the spawning on the right-hand side gets a soldier as well, actually. So much damage. Just annihilating these players towards this right-hand side. Even Yak goes down right at the end. It's just Jorge all by himself, and he's getting chased towards lower IT as well. And there's absolutely no way he gets out here, barring some kind of miracle, and it very much does not happen. Ooh, what a miracle hold.
Yeah, they just about clawed this one back here, despite a lot of cap pressure already. But kills late here on second, they're making things sketchy. They're getting all the cap time, but with heals even, it's still an awkward one to hold now. People just throw themselves optimistically at you. Scar already on that one, looks what's happening, and just kind of leaves the landing a bit, lands on the fence instead of going any further. Just right in front of them, with no chance to do much of anything else here. This is what the pause happened. It was one of the two options I predicted, which was
it was Lucas lagging out entirely. He actually did a full rejoin, looks like.
Yeah.
So there we go. Hopefully things will be looking better. Vibram's gonna go for this immediate repush right now, knowing that Demo's not quite there, taking that position all the way towards grass, forcing these players back. Can't go for the full commit though, but the soldier's gonna be going all the way in. Nice rockets there from Hiram, taking down Domo. They'll take that Uber advantage, that heal advantage, that everything little advantage right now. They'll be very happy with that.
Surely they use this one, right? 40 wasn't it? 100
yeah, surely.
has to be.
You'd think.
Surely they're good enough for this one here. Let's see how they will do this though, however. Looks like from sewer all the way here, take the long way in just to see what's up ahead of them here. And not much to see anymore. Everyone's really far back right now, not taking too much of a risk. Still have to think about a bomber hiding somewhere. Coming in late, Poppy in fact will be the one to do it here, take matters to his own hands, but so many projectiles coming this way, has to dodge them as well while trying to get through, can only land on point, not even get out anymore. Long distance Sticky will get the kill here, trap on point, no chance to kill anything just yet as well. And with this it goes straight to last once again for Vibrams here with a big advantage. This one has to do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They've not even had to use yet. They've gone all the way through 3, then towards this right-hand side. Gun has gone down. They're trying to deal with the soldier. Tomas does lose his life now. Kredu's the next focus fire target. They're getting all the way into spawn, but actually dies there as well. Now so many of these players are standing on the point, making it nice and easy for themselves. And that's it. 12 minutes in. First round goes to Vibrams. The Div 1 move-ups here.
Yeah, very surprising so far here. I really like Blast Push as well. It's the opposite of what you usually see. It's the Scout pushing deeper while the Demo caps a point, but it makes sense because the Demo can just spam them towards spawn and the Scout just body block people and kill them possibly as well on the way back to point. Worked out really well here, gets them the point for now, the lead in this first game of the season.
Yeah, here we go. Looking pretty happy. If you want an upset, this is the route to it. We now see a little bit more aggression on the side of 4Toast going towards this left-hand side. Hiram trades out for Kredu. Not too bad. The rest of these players on the side of Vibrams, they're really bunched up right now. Tomas can do so much damage. Happy with the follow-up. Does take down Jorge, so heals all on the side of 4Toast. Even if the players weren't just in that moment, but you can see their health is looking so bad. They're trying to come in and combine as much as they physically can. One arrow does take down Nuthouse, but Neo loses his life. And this is actually just Domo all by himself. It's created with a spawner. We're going to see some kind of insane surf here, but the Scout doesn't really allow for it.
What? Unbelievable. Just about hits enough pistol shots for Domo to die to that. The only way out for the medic still ends in death anyway. And this is so good as well. This is such a late death at the end of all this.
Oh, that's actually tragic. That would have been such a sick position to live with, and then just Like that, yeah, like you can see, Doma's just only spawned, so not only is it about 30 out for Jorge, but also their hills are so much closer. They can fight this mid again, but with way, way, way better buffs. They get a single frag here, which they do on Lucas of all people. This is absolutely huge now. They can take mid. They can even start looking towards second basically immediately. They need to get healthy on the side of vibrams, take this position. If they get second for free, they're looking fantastic.
Yeah, this is so far so good for them here. One step closer to keeping this lead up in the knife and maybe extending it too. He already takes some presence towards second high bomb in Papi, but it won't do much. Just shut down pretty quickly. Nice position there by vibrams to just deny the bomb pretty nicely here. Keeping up the pressure, getting more space going all the way through. Shutter, in fact. Not going so well, though. Lose 4-2 in the meantime. He gets them the point at least and still doesn't make it easy to push back, but probably will kill off momentum here for the time being. Not too bad spot to be in anyway, though. They got this far with very little for what it's worth here on second, so you'll take it here. Didn't have to use at all. Once again, Lupi Sniper has been putting in some work. Why not trust on that guy some more now?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It feels like in that position, it's kind of good for both teams. Like for vibrams, it's nice to take second, fantastic. But on the side of 4Toast, just not like being able to negate that uber disadvantage isn't too bad as well. It is still right now, obviously, it is 1-0 to the side of vibrams. So this is 4Toast's like the responsibility is really on them to try and do something. Like there is 15 minutes left in the game. We're just only about halfway through our time, so plenty of time to play with. But even still, they are rounds down. It should be very much their team that's looking to make something happen. So we'll be playing just a little bit on their minds, as we do have obviously a sniper on both sides, and we've got to see some of the honorable sniper duels, obviously.
I mean, at this point, they're just going to see that they can find some answers here, and sniper some safe way out. Neo, not maybe the first one to jump to your mind as a Premiership sniper here, but one that you do still see quite a bit on it anyway. Let's see if the act of surprise can help out here. Credu is in fact the one on Engie instead.
Love it. Love a good bit of engineer, Just sit there, you build your robot, you live your life. We do see 4Toast moving a lot towards lower. Neo tries to take his position, but takes a pipe to the face, loses his life. He's going to be going back to that old spawn queue. Tomas as well, getting pressured a little bit towards lobby as the entirety of vibrams goes all the way in, but it's actually Yak losing his life and Nuthouse. And in all of that, we actually have a spy from Tiram as well. I do not know how much 4Toast is going to be aware of this, but they're actually going all the way forward anyway and just losing Lucas regardless.
Well, I was about to say this all a bait for the spy, but no, Trump just decloaks in front of the spawn though, with people in it. Right in Neo's face. No chance to get anything at all here. I mean, it goes to show that the player who normally plays spy on his team is in fact Yak instead of anyone else.
I feel like that was such a great opportunity to, maybe be a little bit more patient. Maybe Duke was on, the wrong Invisi Watch or something? I don't know. No idea. Anyway, Luffy... Oh my god! And he just... I didn't even see where he came from. Just gets straight in, gets on Domo. Is this going to be a second round?
Potentially. I mean, this has all the makings of it with the sniper just walking in Brawler. It peeks up for 1 second and instantly the mat goes down at the normally dispenser spot with no dispenser there anymore, no gun anymore either, as this goes straight to the point. Papi going down already as well. Everyone's perching up on right side for the red team here, trying to hold on with what they can. Tudon already makes this tough, but they're forcing them back. No one's in last much anymore. It's just Yak all alone, taking a demo 1v1, and Lucas easily wins that one. Still very healthy, and with a little bit of cleaner hero Thomas at the end, this is looking just fine for now.
Yeah, very, very well held there from the side of 4Toast. Could have been potentially disastrous, but they hold on by getting good frags as well. Not much of an advantage. They won't be denying these forward spawns, so a continuation will be difficult, but not absolutely impossible. They feel very, very interested in taking it. Most likely, we'll just be looking to build up this Uber. And I mean, I'd love to live in a world where they go for some crazy dot push, but I don't see it. These teams are giving each other too much respect for that kind of nonsense,
Likely. With that, 4Toast is taking their chance here now. It's a small advantage. They're slowly but surely peeking forward. They want space by the time they need to go through an exchange here, but that just means vibrams can react as well and get the bombs in already. Not too much damage out of it just yet. Force people to rotate here a little bit towards the rock. Take this nice and slow right now. It's just another mid-fight. And those have been going well for 4Toast so far, but they're not daring to stay in any longer against this. Just didn't get much space early and didn't think they could hold on to this much longer.
Yeah. Very... That's that kind of situation where, like, to look at, it doesn't seem like much happens, but it's very, very important how vibrams play just there. Kind of going for these fake bombs, trying to keep the positioning and the height as much as possible. You saw 4Toast, they basically had the low ground, and they had to be in that, like, dumb little valley for so long. And, you know, you basically can't stay there. So that is very, very well held here. 11 minutes left on the clock. We've still got time, but it is starting to tick away here for this team full of grand champions.
Yeah, at what point does vibrams just really shut this down? For now, that's not the case at all here. They want to still make things happen, but much like 4Toast earlier, they overextend now themselves in PC and immediately pop through. Credit gets dropped, didn't have the flash anymore. What? Just didn't last long enough there. Goes down, and with that, so many people down 4Toast in a matter of seconds. Leo goes behind, tries to distract them. Quickly taken down, might save Domo's life, but not really much of anyone else's. Party leads up eventually from the flank, but this second point is just gone by the matter of barely missed flash.
Yeah, that is disastrous. You uber in, you lose Neo and Lucas. That is just such a nightmare. Thankfully, mercifully for the side of 4Toast, they will get their spawns in time to prevent any kind of dry push happening from vibrams. But I mean, like, the story of this game, 2/3 of the way into it right now, is just been, the vast majority of it has been going the way of vibrams. Like, they're making opportunities, they're making the plays when they need them, and they're managing to hold on to advantages as well. You know, it may not be the absolute cleanest or craziest stuff, but they are genuinely in the driver's seat most of this game.
Yeah, it started off a bit shaky for them here for sure, especially with the mid-fights not having been too crazy here, but who cares what's happening in mid if you get out from the bad position afterwards pretty quickly both times.
Yeah.
Just miracle plays here, so far so good. Loopy back to sniper, like we spoke before plenty of times now. This guy can do it, certainly here, and put some P into the eyes. This time it's Credit picking up the rifle here. Let's see if weeks of sniping on Faceit has Credit prepared for the Loopy sniper.
Well, we'll see. They are getting ready to take a little 1v1. Both, they were picking towards lobby, but Loopy feeling towards rollout, but Lucas has his stickies this time. No more shots for you, my friend. You can go back, maybe reassess your life choices.
Oh, Thomas Spy as well, already behind them.
Yeah. Possibly in a better position, going to be decloaking, going to be walking all the way up. No one's seen him basically at all right now. Fredo has gone down. We do see all the way Thomas is desperately trying to get into Hawaii, and he does after the longest run-up you've ever seen. He's managed it, but Scar's actually all the way towards last. He's going to take out a potentially lagging Lucas. But surely this is going to be going the way of 4Toast. Scout goes all the way through upper lobby. He's actually going all the way towards last. Going to play from the point. He has to win this 1v1 with Neo, but we do see Credo win the spawner. He's going to be winning that fight. The rest of these players on the side of vibrams, they're towards mid. We can calm down. We can breathe. Little bit chaotic, but this is looking fantastic now. 4Toast, they have the uber advantage. They have player advantage. They should be able to just go straight through this choke point. The only real concern is going to be this one soldier towards Sewer, and actually didn't get spotted before he jumped in, and he's going to take down Domo. You can't make those mistakes, dude. Check the corner fully.
Great stuff by Drum this game. He just keeps finding these opportunities from behind once again. Second time he gets a bomb like this now on mid. And this time it's a full-on drop, not just a general mat death here. A bit of fighting still on the flank, yeah. And then just Loopy in the end here. It's 2 down still, but they have so much space taken already. Lucas goes down as well. Scar just gets the kill. Completely gifted there to Lucas, just insisting on putting pipes on the point for no good reason anymore. Advantage to last. They beefed a couple, but I mean, even if this doesn't work, as long as they keep them locked here, this is good, right? They don't even desperately need this round, but it's so good if they get it. Early Uber rollout here, supposed to bring the success now.
Yeah, they're already towards the point. No stickies, of course. Lucas just only spawning. Only now is he going to be able to contest things. We do see once again 4Toast just using their raw DMing powers to still continue to get frags and somehow find themselves in a better position here. 4 versus 3 and even more now. Loopy and Jorge, like, genuinely, if vibrams had better last pushes, this could be like a 3-0 position right now. But they just keep not being able to string these completions together.
Okay, well, they would have had more chances to get around here, of course, but still, we can't forget the mid-fights not being pretty even with the miracle plays at the end, so wouldn't call it too early here just yet. If 4Toast ever gets around here, this could be dangerous with how the mids have been going for vibrams. They need, like, some just big improvement on last and on mid. They want to keep this one alive right now. Forwards on Sniper, 1 point successy, but as slow as this pushy is for 4Toast, vibrams this time doesn't dare stay in on mid much longer like before. We'll give this one up. 4Toast take some space on mid. Been a while since they've gotten this far here. Let's see if they can make it count now. With even Uber, it will still take some time here, and they only have 6.5 more minutes, so time is of the essence now for the side of 4Toast.
Yeah, this is fatty playtime. Go on. This is the no Lucas lag, no Lucas feed. This is the just players win type situation. They're going to be going towards this flank. Big jumps go in. And almost just to mess with me right now, we get ourselves another pause. Things are happening. I want to shout out more than anything. DuMmTm he's dead. He's the most dead player I've ever seen in my entire life. He is perfectly equidistant between two very sweaty soldiers.
Is there enough distance to be lethal on Credo with 98 HP? Probably if he presses W, but there's no reason for Credo to press W. Credo needs to want to die here to go down to direct by Taram.
I don't know. Finnish scouts, sometimes they just like the W.
Also true. We'll see, I guess. Needs a miracle for this to go any better than even Taram living at all, to be honest. And even then, like, it's sketchy, right? Down one already at that point. Scar might get themselves into more trouble than is worth here with that as well. If they decide to try to play off the Taram distraction in there, might get caught. If they're lucky, they get forced out of this one here. But with the pause, we do know one thing here. In like less than 2 minutes worth of time after the pause ends, there will be a Lucas DC.
Yeah, absolutely. Because apparently the dude's just got, like, I don't know, internet from the Stone Ages. It's honestly kind of sad, right? Because obviously, you know, just lagging out is like, oh, that's unfortunate in the moment. But like the degree to which that like clutters comms and like confuses things, you know, you can't really tell that just by watching. And it kind of puts like a little asterisk next to this game. Like, how much was that impacting things? Like, it doesn't matter in the end, but like vibrams are still playing solidly, right? Like, they're still absolutely deserving their 1-0 lead currently. But it does put a little bit of an asterisk next to things.
Certainly does not help here, but for what it's worth, there's been enough other problems here that it is certainly not a case of Lucas having to just like take all the blame on himself here by any means.
No. This
like,
isn't
just a team thing right now where you see this roster, you see a roster like this being main called by Papi of all people, one of the two like most accomplished main callers we have in the recent memory in Premiership. You'd think this would be a whole different story here, but apparently just not, and just something very fundamental is going wrong with 4Toast at the moment.
Definitely seems to be that way. Some of these, like I said, fundamentals. Oh, DuMmTm did die. That was
that's
not
crazy.
Surprising. Ooh, Papi just about manages to keep himself alive. Okay, we'll get cleaned up by Loopy, and it's actually Thomas who overextends as well. We have these full heals rotators. It's actually going to be a trade with Credo going all the way behind. The continuation isn't going to be good here for the side of 4Toast. I was going to say that, and yet somehow the entirety of vibrams actually just backs up, and Jorge ends up on the low ground and is getting nuked down by Neo, which is, to me, seems completely unnecessary. Now Lucas is going to be playing very, very, very far forward. Scar's going to be cleaning him up, braiding out every which way. Yak just walking in. DuMmTm must get this right towards Domo. Yep, he will. Okay, everyone's just like engaged past the brain, just run in, do whatever. I mean, yeah, Loopy doesn't even want to contest second. He's just building a gun on last, whatever. I
really like the idea of the exchange that vibrams went for here, but I mean, the timing was just bad on the accident. They went opposite way, so no one could escort the medic quickly back out with a scout or something like that. Because in fact, in theory, this just denies them taking any space at all, which is really good if you already could trade numbers here.
Crit Krieg on the old Domo.
Don't tell me Lucas times out when they want to pop. There's no way that happens, right? Surely not.
No, because you'd leave the server. Like, everyone, all 6 players on your team would leave the server. I got to see this. Right, I'm getting on the Lucas cam. I want to see what's going on. Lucas, he does seem to have access to the internet right now. Oh, he does have...
Okay, it happened before the crit, which is best case scenario, I think.
Oh my god. Oh, see, this is unfortunate. Also, because, you know, Jorge does have the old Uber, right? 3 times 0 is, in fact, 0. If he just right-clicks, he'll be fine here. So there's a lot of weight on the shoulders of your boy Lucas, but he's feeling it right now. He wants to go for this little peek. Surely no one on the side of vibrams is going to be that sweaty to actually be able to see the sparkles in the medigun, you know?
I mean, there was a lot of talk about... wait, never mind. The crit is already here, and it's trying to reach so far with this, but they can just see these coming, can just walk away from them. Even the sniper doesn't die to that at all. Nice to see a sniper not tunnel visioning nothing for no reason there, and just, you know, Lamau, just don't get hit.
Yeah, well, no, they basically just stood around and did whatever, and at this point, vibrams are just like, okay, 3.5 minutes and we've won this game, so it's on you guys, good luck with it. I
It's
mean,
even worse now as well, because sure, Drum's far away from having it built, but the Battalion's backup as the second literal backup for the Crit Creek coming in. It's just kind of funny if it comes down to that.
yeah, yeah, genuinely, honestly, just get both soldiers on battalions and just like spam it constantly, you know? Oh, here we go. Number two. Have we got another pause? Oh my god, this game is cursed, dude. This game is actually cursed.
Specifically, Lucas, realistically, I mean, I feel like that might happen a couple more times during the season here.
Can we get someone else on demo this game? Can anyone merc right now?
I see some names in chat. I don't know if they play Demo Man, but at least they play Prem. That's gotta be good enough, right?
Deary me. Yeah, this is, you know. It's a whole situation.
I mean, vibrams, I was talking about it like 5 minutes ago, right? At what point are they just gonna sit back and try not to lose more than try to keep up winning? Because clearly, despite getting this far, it didn't get any further than this. They're on last now. There's no easy way out of here. Unless there's a disaster crit, which, for what it's worth, as much as they're not working, 4Toast isn't at least not overcommitting. There's just no incentive anymore with like 3 minutes left or whatever it was before the pause started for them to really dare much and dream big anymore. They just need to bring this home.
Honestly, like on the side of vibrams, like even if they just sit around for 90 seconds and then lose a round and only get a draw, like they're still going to be very happy. Even just taking like 1 point, right? Like 1/2 points off this team, they're going to be ecstatic over that, right? Like this is a game which in regular circumstances, no one would predict they'd be getting points out of.
A good thing we don't have the normal betting thing anymore, because if this keeps the scoreline here until the end of time, then some people would go broke right now.
Yeah, genuinely.
But let's not call this before it's over. They still gotten them this far here onto last. And one mistake could be costly one. So far they managed to avoid the crits just fine, but dispenser armor just being misstepped once against the crits could immediately kill Roche here.
I will say, I love that TF2 is just a dumb enough game so that I can just watch a man just crouching inside of a machine, and that's genuinely like the smartest play he can do.
I feel like that's an allegory to playing computer games in general.
Wow.
Which is just society.
Damn. That's deep, you know? That's
anyway,
deep.
I mean, as far as setup goes against crits, this is just about as good as it's gonna get, right? They have a battalion's backup, full Uber, medic in dispenser, gun up, and a sniper in the back. In theory, nothing should be allowed to happen here with the crits. Like, they peak early, they die to the sniper. They try to spam anyone, there's a gun in the way, and doesn't let them take space. They get the line on the medic, it won't deal damage. In theory, this is unlosable. In practice, that's not how the game works. Humans make mistakes, and this has been, as much as the winning, not a perfect game. Otherwise, this would be a much different scoreline, of course, for vibrams here. And with the pressure coming in now, surely it is going to be a sketchy one.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the option at any point, if vibrams just feel like it and they see people in lobby, they can just take a fatty solo and just walk in there and just hard nuke the entirety of 4Toast, you know? This is very possible, especially as like timer goes closer towards the old 0. Obviously, you know, what was it as it was paused? It was about 3 minutes.
3 minutes something, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is definitely the most back foot position you could really be in here. I'm just going to desperately hope that, you know, whatever happens can be at least slightly resolved for the next game. Obviously, after this, we will be finding ourselves on Granary, and it's quite important to have a demo man on Granary.
Yeah, I think the answer as to what's exactly the case is pretty obvious, which is, unlike last time, this time it won't be a quick reconnect for Lucas, desperately trying to get, you know, connection back running back on his end after DCing and or going back to 400 ping, and it just doesn't work quickly, unfortunately, which is generous of them to let them even pause 3 times in the game, because realistically, legally, you do not have to. And not at all, actually. They could be complete scumbags about this if they really wanted to. And, I mean, at some point they might, but at the moment they have the patience board, which is nice and good sportsmanship, I suppose, which is good to see here. But, I mean, at what point do you have to just accept that maybe Lucas is at least done for the map here, if not for tonight? It's not a place they want to be in. I mean, we all know how good Lucas is, right? But if your connection isn't, then you can be as good as you want to be.
Yeah, literally. It doesn't matter. It's not really worth continuing if it's this bad. It kind of just basically has them lose points for pretty much no reason. I think I remember, like, this is seasons and seasons ago. There was some French game similar to this. It was like a Frenchy derby when there was 2 French teams in Prem, and I think there was like 4 pauses in the first map or something, and then like I think like second map there were 2 pauses, and then Ombrak had to come in as a merc, and he'd already lost 2 maps in officials, and then had to
Yeah.
merc for a 3rd map, and then lost that as well. And the dude just had like the worst night. Dude, that was back when he played Logjam, I think, as well. That was sick.
I don't know if I miss Logjam. It's very different now, actually.
Oh, we're going. We're in lobby. We're doing things. We've got the crit screen. The unpause has come out. Go on. You got to see the fatty plays right now. Lucas wants to take this position. Crit's going to get used. Neo's already gone down, though. And this is just Uber being used. Yep, this is going to be not a terrible position, really, for either team. Going down, Serum trades it out. We do see battalions get popped for just a second. Didn't even see where that was.
Alright, so it's crit ad now for the side of 4Toast at least. That's something here with the ban out of the way as well. I think recklessly just wasted here with Taram. In some ways, if anyone, Scar should have been the one to make the play here now, but they're cutting it close now.
Yeah, still doable. They're trying to desperately get this gun from like rollout, but your boy Luffy's too good at just holding M1, so that's not going to be happening anytime too soon. 6% on Jorge, and Domo's on 95% on his crit streak. Right. This is the opportunity you want. Lucas once again picking towards the right side is going to get used immediately. Does manage to pick up Pyram. Sticky's on the doorway to prevent him just a little bit. Nice knife onto Nuthouse just there. 2 frags is what they gain there. But it's actually Pappy that they lose there. Oh no. Oh my god, they get 2 frags. They get the gun, but Pappy's not on the server. They're playing with 5 at this point. They jump in to try and get onto Jorge. We do see Thomas desperately trying to make his play. They're actually standing at the point. They don't even need a 6th player. He just walked on the point. What?
And this is what the pause happened. They just played this out entirely without Pappy because they realized this is too many people down, too many people far back. We can't let this go to waste before the pause and just try again afterwards. We have to do it now. We won't have much time left. And I mean, it is exactly that. There's not much time left here anymore. Golden Cap on the verge of happening here in the first game of this season in Premiership.
Oh my god, what a mess. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Both teams very able to win this if they can have a pretty commanding mid-fight. We do see Pappy back in the server, does get massively airshot, but actually Scar losing his life, and Jorge already backing up towards, so they want to maintain these heals. They want to keep getting this Uber. They want to at least take this to a golden cap, but for Toast, they basically got nothing to lose at this point. They're trying to continue going forward. Pappy does go down. The crit does get used. Nuthouse tries to walk all the way in. He will go down. Jorge trades it out though, does use his own Uber. The continuation for vibrams isn't going to come in. They're only 1 player down. It's basically equal, but with 50 seconds left to go, they're not really caring about continuing. They know they can't get all the way to the side of 4Toast last. They just need to try and make sure they don't lose everything on second. So it's basically a free push. 1 frag already there. Yak as well, playing super far close. Both these soldiers pretty far forward now. They are managing to get out through 1, mercifully not losing any further players here. This is now potentially all or nothing. 4Toast towards this right-hand side. 25 seconds on the clock now. Crit not quite up just yet. In about 10 seconds or so. Hiram goes down. No stickies towards point. Scout could possibly start playing it if they want. We're happy with this good position. Neo's going to be going down. Crit does get used. Credit plays towards the point, but he's going to lose his life from Nuthouse, and this should be a decent little position here. Only soldiers now. Pappy and Thomas combining to take down this heavy. So much time on the point, but it's not going to happen.
Clawing themselves into the golden cap here last second with vibrams. Just absolute fear, I think, by the end of this one to just not entirely be sure how they wanted to be positioned on second and on last. Gave them a lot of free space initially on both points here, even to still then bomb in anyway, right in front of people and take so much damage early and just claw this back, just barely enough so to get to this golden cap here. They're getting a point that I think most people wrote off for them to get completely here today. And it could even be better than this. If they win this round here, they get all 2, and then there's an entire granary left to go through as well. What a grueling game for them all here to play like this right now, but someone's got to win here at the end of tonight.
Yeah, someone does, and importantly, someone's got to win this map, you know? Gotta get on with the rest of our nights, boys. We've had so many pauses. This is going to be one of those late old officials, you know?
As it goes. Would help if the game started when scheduled, but that's not how Prem operates, of course.
Come on, dude. This is TF2.
We all know this.
Give a break. All right. 4Toast, they've readied up. They're good to go. I feel like probably Vibrams is they're just like taking a breather. They're giving each other high fives, very nearly winning the game. Even, like I said, going to a golden cap here, they're going to be happy. This is points in the bag starting their season. They're going to be very, very happy. But here we go. Opportunity for some more. Going off of this golden cap here for Toast versus Vibrams middle finger. Starting things off now. Nothing crazy in terms of the old crits Kriegs or anything. Both medics going to be on the standard Uber. All good stuff rolling out here. Lucas slightly faster, but not even going to be going for that pack. Side of Kieran was just a little bit scary for him. Neo aggressive towards his left-hand side, takes good position up top, but actually takes a lot of damage. A deep bomb from Pappy, and he's forcing some of these players back once again. The high ground goes firmly in the favor of 4Toast. First frag as well. Get traded out. We do see a little bit of a rotation, but with Thomas and Crody going down, this is going to be a little bit of a 4 versus 4 situation, and they're not looking too good towards the sewer door. It's a big position to try and take a lot of spam. Loopy actually just going to be walking all the way in, just takes down Pappy basically for free, and even manages to get out right now, which is exactly what this side of 4Toast need to be doing. They have got this Uber, but to get forced here for no reason would be a bit of a disaster.
Alright, nice little bit of movement by Domo. It's a small, very obvious thing to not just instantly go through doors sometimes, to let people spam past you first and then walk right through and they have to reload here, but it's so important that that happens sometimes, otherwise would have just walked straight into 2 pipes, pre-fired into the shutter door on Sewer there. So gets out alive for now, but it's a bit win for Vibrams, and I mean, that hasn't really happened yet, even with the funny ways they got around to getting it back later down. They haven't really won a mid fight, I don't think. Not the traditional way anyway, not like this, so it's a good start to the golden cap, even if there's not much momentum left in the tanky right now, with both teams sitting on full numbers, full Uber, staring each other down in the stalemate that we've seen so much early in the game before.
Yeah, I feel like it won't be long and we'll see. Well, I mean, when it was the other way around and 4Toast were on mid, we did see a lot of aggression towards the flank. This time they're not feeling like it too much, possibly not liking it as much from this angle, but at some point, I'm sure we'll just see the standard bomber soldier through choke and just see what can happen, you know.
Alright, let's see. They can take some time here now. Golden Cap obviously resets the timer to 15 for the final round here, if necessary. So you have some time to think now on how you want to do stuff and which way you want to approach this from. So far, most of the action we've seen happen on these points was either very elaborate sacks or just too many people overextending into PC on either side for that matter here. Surely they learned the lessons at least on the latter ones and played us a lot more carefully here, but the bombs were still looking good on both sides so far here, and there's some more coming.
Yep, Tyram's in, gets a nice little bit of damage, but no more rockets managed to come out there. It'll be all good. Domo stays pretty healthy as well, so he can start moving towards this choke point. Jorge already back towards this middle side of point. We do see the soldier come in. Oh, gets hugely airshot. Actually manages to get 1 rocket. Oh, he gets so much damage towards Jorge. That was actually potentially really scary, but Boyd's not going to be using his Uber for that. He's balls are still right there. It's all good. It's all good. Player advantage. Do they want to go for something a little bit more now?
That is a situation where pop it or drop it, it's bad either way, right? The Uber's not going to do anything and it's just wasted. If you drop, then it's bad obviously anyway, and at that point you're going to probably lose regardless here, so I cannot blame any medic for holding this one and potentially dropping to it, because it's a lose-lose situation if you do it or not. You just have to hope your teammates do your work.
Yeah, makes sense. We do see Loopy sniping. We did actually see Tomas on the respawn did go spy to check that sniper, so very, very good fundamentals there. So this will be Domo firmly aware of this, playing in upper PC already, providing no opportunities for Loopy to go for any big plays. It is a little bit harder for Pappy, and he will be managing to get out towards this sewer position, so it's all good. It's all good. With all these shots ringing out as well, everyone should be aware not to play these obvious angles. Question still remains, though, all for Toast. Are they going to do anything here? I mean, you know, we're seeing some proactive off-classes coming out here, always seeming to be Vibrams in the position to try and want to go for something, whereas for Toast, they seem happy just to kind of let things stalemate a little bit. It's actually Pappy gets pushed towards the flag, just about living from arrows here. Neo as well basically went down to like single-digit HP. None of their health is looking too good right now. Almost unfortunate for Vibrams not to get more.
It's a slow game on this golden cap here, but I can't blame anyone for doing it. This has just been a complete nightmare of a series for both sides here. Almost winning, almost losing, barely saving it. And all that just in 30 minutes here, 15 more minutes to play this one out, so taking a bit of a breather with the sniper almost on the side of vibrams here once again. Luffy's been hitting some stuff here. They need to make sure he gets chances right now. Domo is completely out of the equation. That man is not peeking at all here. And in fact, they might actually go for something funny here. Everyone's going very aggro on PC.
Yeah, they are, but it's actually Neo goes down. Uber does get used much earlier. This is about 50% better now for the side of Jorge. And Papi, I don't think he even had any ammo there. Domo goes down. Lucas is going to get caught out as well towards rollout, even if he lives here. This is not looking good, and he very much will not. This is absolute crumble. Only the flank really remains here. Fredu tries to get some cap time, but my brother, that is not how this is going to work right now. They need some kind of block, and just no one's there to do it. The entirety of vibrams just can walk all the way towards last, all the way through one. They're just going to be going straight towards this point now. Flank should come in on time. The sniper isn't going to be particularly effective right now. Definitely would be much better to have a scout. They're taking so much damage towards this point. This heavy is going to absolutely nuke right now. And they're just going to get completely rolled. Nuthouse, a sole survivor. He's in a hiding spot. I think he was actually a spawner of all things. Potential opportunity, but there's so many players already here. He tries to get these shots towards Pappy. Great damage. Gets that one frag onto Neo as well. But Neo's not letting him get any more. No, sir. E held for 4Toast with a big ad now.
If that worked, that would have been the best and the worst way for this game to end, I think, at the same time. So in parts, I'm very glad it did happen, but it also would have been very funny if that's how it went out here. With that being said, they have so much advantage on 4Toast now. Domo on basically full ad here, pretty much. Coming into mid already, they dealt with Drum pretty quickly now, where they really struggled with finding him in the past. That's one big threat out of the mind here. Maybe the only threat for this point here is while Yak overextends so much.
Crispy little jump there from Lucas. Gets her stickies directly behind Yak. Pops him up, and then following up with the soldier. Very nicely done. Taking down that demo. They're going to have that mid control. Jorge already backing just like me. I am not getting involved here. I'm getting my Uber on last as much as I physically can. Tyram goes for the potential force. Doesn't get any damage towards Domo. Player advantage. Uber is in the hands of both medics, so you can't go for just a straight push right now. They're still looking pretty good for Toast. Trying to spam things out just a little bit. Lucas. Oh, just getting that arrow. That's going to be significant. But, oh my god. He's doing it. He's managing it. And Thomas is going to be jumping all the way in. No. Not happening. Not happening.
That was the luckiest juggle for Lucas. Actually got pushed up an object there by the stickies of his opponents to not get hit by the second one. Really, really fortunate. Nothing else really fortunate though here on the end of this push. Just 3 down, they're getting forced back. Credible serves that one the hell out of second.
Tyram's just jumping in again. So much damage toward Domo. 130 damage. Does get cleaned up. Domo gets that pack. We're trying to see the entirety of vibrams just walking all the way through this choke point. They get fantastic positioning. Trade can come out at any time. Pipes landing on the Crady though. Going to be taking him down. This is looking pretty nice. Uber does get used in order to try and keep Yak alive. The rest of 4Toast backing up all the way. The sniper obviously not fantastic in terms of pushing, but seems like the threat of it is still pretty significant. Yak to be jumping all the way in towards Domo. Uber's going to get used. Not going to be dropping another time on the logs. He is not feeling it today. They do lose Pappy though. Luffy just kind of terrorizing. Oh, does at least lose his head.
Well, Thomas doesn't need to be in scout to be hit again here. Once again, a bomb by Drum on the medic gets so close every time, but in this golden cap just cannot find his success when it just matters the most right now. Once again, a failed bomb by the soldier here, and back it goes towards last year. This should be a clean take of second, I would imagine, with people still down on the side of vibrams. Uber advantage on the side of Jorge, and they're actually very keen with this. Yeah, just gets a quick kill. Thomas trying to be funny here, and that just gets steamrolled quickly as well. Look at that. Scar all the way in. Fights Lucas off on point. Credible incredibly weak. Needs to be lucky to get out of here, and I'm not giving them any chances.
Yeah, fatty little bomb there. Yak's just like, you know, I see you, Lucas. We can do the exact same. Pappy now taking about 1 million damage. Somehow manages to stay alive just through the arrows of Domo. We do have Uber now on the side of vibrams, so close to Domo getting his, so most likely gonna stalemate things a little bit again. This is really going down to it. 5 minutes 40 left on the clock here in this golden cap.
Yeah, we definitely will be here for a while, it seems, with this match, especially if the next map is anything looking like this one here is. And with how passive and safe in the vast majority of circumstances these teams have been, a map with Granary probably won't turn out much different in that regard. But let's not talk about the future so much. We're not even done here yet. Somehow Everyone's getting second chances all over here right now, saving themselves from certain disaster over and over in this golden cap right now. And we're back to where we started pretty much, with vibrams on middle, on full Uber each side here. Everyone's alive and just desperately having to see if they can somehow find an answer to this.
Yeah. At some point, the timer is going to go low enough that someone's going to have to do something. You know, Scar's kind of peeking towards left. He's just getting info. He's just calling right now. He's like, cool, I'm going to spam some rockets, see what's going on. You know, try and give some information to my team. Anyone feel like jumping in? Maybe yes, maybe no. Definitely no one is looking at off-glass right now. Obviously, you know, on the side of 4Toast, they could just go back to spawn and off-glass if they want to. But they can let these soldiers jump on in. Tyram, he's not going to be getting much at all. It's like a 20 damage bomb.
I mean, plays from behind have worked really well so far, not just for vibrams, also, although especially for vibrams here, so wanna try, and there's Thomas just flying in, and the fear kicks in. Jorge does not dare drop this Uber this time around, but they played it so close before here. Maybe just for the chance of getting a force in as well. It will be one, in fact, but they're still down numbers as well. They just have to get out of here.
Yeah, they will be desperately trying to. Scar is on the back lines, actually manages to trade with Pappy there. It's the back cap that's going to be causing all these problems. Somehow, Luffy manages to get graded. Only then does he get taken down. But this is a fantastic opportunity with position being taken. Tyram tries to continue, but is not able to hit these rockets. And now they need to back up. This is basically equal Ubers. But now 4Toast is on an absolute mission. They are surging forward, getting as much damage as physically possible. Need to be very, very careful. Yak seems to want to commit here right now. He does. Combined with a scout to pick up Thomas, so one less soldier, one less little bit of spam right now. He tries to jump in, but actually picks up Lucas. How is this happening right now? Everyone's fragging everywhere. Neo picks up 2.
I don't even understand what Yak's bomb was. He got hit by a rocket and still gets the perfect jump he needed anyway. They're just walking over people. Natos, Lupi just walk over Neo. 3 left standing here. They have an Uber and they do not want to use this here on second, but obviously everyone on blue has a different idea about the Scar. Goes in already, gets some damage with the Thomas. That man's not even in the fight anymore with this now. Takes a small pack here, but they're just going in. Lupi on the medic here with Natos backup. That's enough damage quickly to get the job done here. Scar already in for the backup. Has to settle with a demo pick here. Happy with this one. He even does cost them some numbers here at the end. There are players down, but as long as they keep the meta alive, this should be fine.
Oh, well, they don't. And I mean, they are, but only through using their own Uber. And this isn't even like a deep bomb kind of Uber. Credit, guys, just because you got slammed into a rock. That's like kind of fine, really. No one's going to care too much. Now everyone's trying to jump through the choke points. There's soldiers just going everywhere. Pappy's just after you like, mate, I've got to get in. It's 2 minutes. We need some kind of opportunity here. This 25 ad, it's not much to play with, but like they're being held back again. Oh my god, this is actually going to go down to like 0. Am I correct in thinking that Golden Cap rules is whoever has mid?
No, we're doing another mid fight that decides the winner here. We have
really?
Golden mid. Yes.
Oh my god, that's so spicy.
So we'll play the top round basically.
First game of the season, by the way. First game, first map.
And this was the one people expected to not be a close game. So, boy, what's going to happen for the rest of the season?
Oh my god, season 39 is already the most cursed season of ETF2L you have ever seen.
And I'm all here for this is what we're here for, right? Like, we'd be missing all of this if we just decided, yeah, no, this isn't close.
No, exactly, you know? You see it happen. 90 seconds. 90 seconds on the clock. Neither team's doing it. We're going to go to this mid-fight. I swear to God, this is absolutely happening. With no off-classes, no one's even trying to do anything.
For which team is that better at this point anyway? Because it's been such a weird game.
Is it good
Who
for
really
anyone?
wants this? I don't think so, actually, no. I don't think anyone wants this, really. I mean, vibrams is going to be defeated by not having gotten this before the golden cap with 4Toast at this point. Just upset they didn't convert earlier.
Oh, we do see 2 frags! Dude, Tyram kind of terrorized a little bit, and they're getting these players all the way behind. As far behind as you can physically go. Scar's directly below 40. He's going to be trying to jump up. He fails his jump quite miserably, but that actually maybe keeps him alive. Tyram from the backlines. Domo has to use Jorge as well. But they drop Lucas. 50 seconds left on the clock. Yak goes down as well. No demos in the server, much like Lucas apparently hasn't been for most of this game, but they lose another player. And this is a potential little dry push. vibrams could go all the way. 40 seconds on the clock. They're leaving this one scatter cap and going all the way towards lobby. Now 3 is the doorway. They want to take themselves in once again. The Neo Heavy's going to be starting to slay these players one after another after another. He just keeps railing these players. Not House. He gets out Yak at this point. just standing on mid, putting up sticky traps. 20 seconds. We're going to be going to a golden cap, golden mid fight. What do they even call it, Dumb?
I don't know. I see people call it golden mid, and that sounds pretty understandable, I guess.
Golden mid. That's good enough for me. This is a game right now.
Yeah. So there we go. This has gone the full distance here. I don't know if I'm happy or not happy about not having endless golden caps anymore, because this could have gone on for a little while now still. But, I mean, for sake of time, even for everyone involved here, not just us, but the players too, probably best to get this going at some point here, and this is it. The mid fights have been shaky for vibrams early on, but they won the most recent one, but clearly with everything on the line, both teams will think a lot harder on when to stop engaging.
I'm just seeing them in chat, just clarify exactly what they think the rules are. I'm just reading chat in general. There's been some words exchanged by these teams today, and I respect that, you know.
I'm a big fan of "You're Not a Human." That is a good one.
I wasn't gonna read it out. That's a bit rude, but okay.
I mean, it might be, but it's not like, you know, obscene.
I suppose it's not going to get us Twitch banned just yet. All right, readying up. This is the 50th time we've said this. We're still on process, everyone. This is map 1. There's another one after this. This is our week 1 official. 4Toast versus vibrams middle finger. This is the diamond mid, the diamond cap, whatever stupid name we're calling it. Whoever caps this mid wins the game. Gets a fatty 2 points to the one of the other side. So let's see what happens. Lucas takes 1 million damage before he even gets to mid. This is already not looking fantastic. Arrows come out though, all towards right-hand side for Toast. They want to keep all this position right now. Great damage, great rockets from DuMmTm picking up Yak, and once again, Hype looking fantastic. Oh hey, very, very weak, just about managing to survive, and has so many of these players to try and heal up as well. Doesn't look like anyone's looking to hard commit over point.
Oh,
Hype goes out. Oh, he goes down. Lucas claims that frag for his own, and for Toast, finally, after everything, they seem to be stringing things together. Just as one scout, he'll go down. Yak on the respawner. He has no choice but to roll out fast and try everything he can. This needs to be like the 4K, 3K, whatever it is on mid. He's not going. And that's it.
There we go. 4Toast will win it. Unfortunately, we don't have a good config for this, so this is a bit unceremoniously going to be the end of the game here. But they'll take it from here. This mid fight has decided that. And it was interesting in as far as the single mid fight here can be, I guess, because usually it was 4Toast taking a lot more initiative here on the mid fights, but they really played this one passive and just sat back and made damn sure these 2 scouts stayed alive at the end of this one to just mow down what's left, and worked out perfectly, courtesy of a really good pipe there early on to just snipe down the medic over the entirety of the midpoint.
Jesus Christ, when did we start this game? It is 10:30. It is 10:30 already. Okay. If Granary goes golden cap, ain't no one gonna sleep, you know?
If they waste like 10 minutes between maps here and then complain that this game took forever, I'm gonna lose it.
You know? Back in 7 days, we would go for like, 40-minute smoke break, and then, we'd get kicked out of the arena. That's what happened. Oh, right. My brain's turned to mush. Do we have any just raw, stupid numbers we can look at for regulation time? Yeah, for part 1 of our 3-part process series.
I mean, a lot happened here. I guess credits out to Lucas, I guess. If you're ever a player in a position with ping like that and just internet issues like that, it's hard to not feel like you're holding people back. But damn, didn't he play well when he could, right? Like, man put in the work when he was allowed to. Yeah,
it is very true. It would have been fantastic if he could have stayed in the server. I really makes me curious about what was up with the with Pappy leaving as well. Did Pappy have some weird internet things as well? Because that would be even worse. I mean, we got some numbers on our screen. Done.
Maybe your scheduled Windows shut off because he thought it would be over already.
Maybe. Can you point out some stupid numbers for us to talk about? Some just mind-numbing numbers that no one cares about. Who hit the most air shots? Scar. Congrats, Scar.
I mean, I guess if you just look at big numbers, right, the first thing that stands out is obviously Thomas's numbers here, because I guess we talked about it, right? 2 people that weren't like watching too much recently with the cup and stuff on Essentials, they might not have seen much Thomas Solly, and even then he didn't get too much screen time there either because it was split between a lot of teams here, but been putting in the work here. On the other side, staying on the soldiers as well, Dram just had great bombs like the entire game, right? I think the only times the soldiers looked not really better at all for vibrams was on the mid fights, which obviously is very detrimental at the end of a game like this. But it really brought them to this close of a game here in the first place to have these really just nice soldier plays all game to play off.
Again, like, if you picked up nothing from the last hour or whatever of gameplay, a Div 1 move up team has taken at least a point off of what is most likely the top seed going into the season. So this is already huge. Granted, there is still a second map to play, so anything can happen at this point. Like, it's weird as well because Granary is such a important map for spam classes and for demo in particular in these mid fights. Like, I don't know what's going to happen if Lucas keeps on lagging. I feel like it could be even worse for them on a map like Granary because you can't just let like your scouts run around and frag everything in like the same way, you know. And especially like if their soldiers are looking good on side of vibrams, like it's soldier, it's Granary, you know. The two things they just go together. They get some fatty bombs off, they can just start rolling away with it.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, right? You see all these players on 4Toast here, even coming off of maybe not as much practice, right? Who knows? Certainly, I've seen them a lot playing Dota more than anything. Even then, right, you have like these quality players, these strong main calls and everything like that. They're mental. I've never seen like 6 players this good, like 5 Premiership champions, I think. This like mentally having to overwork this much for just beating quote unquote Div 1 winners from the previous seasons. They need to fire so hard on all cylinders that just honestly credit to both teams here, both for vibrams to push them this far, of course, but also to 4Toast too. After the messy like later part of the regular time, where it was just them on last quite a bit, to still manage to bring this back and get things going again, despite it not going well early on, it suffering with connection issues on 2 players. And all that, just managing to stay focused and somehow get something back together that gets them all this far.
Who's not one Prem on the side of 4Toast? Is it Neo?
I think so, yeah. I can't remember if he did. Anyway.
I'm sure someone will correct me somewhere. Anyway. Alright, here we go. Map 2. This is our Season 39 Week 1 game for Toast versus vibrams Middle Finger. This is a slightly delayed map 2, but we will find ourselves on Granary. The teams, they're getting themselves hyped up. Thomas is feeling it's like, let's go, boys. Let's ourselves a good old map here. So Lucas rolling out towards top, Yak towards his lower left position, playing that a little bit healthier, but Lucas dropping down, getting his own pack and playing things chill. No immediate bombs, but now soldiers on the side of 4Toast, they can be in the skybox, landing directly towards Yak, going to be cleaning him up. Some more damage comes out for Thomas, but actually not going to get any more frags. You see Robert trading every which way. Pappy takes him in great position, gets a nice rocket towards Nuthouse here. And this is going to be looking like a pretty comfortable mid here for the side of 4Toast.
Alrighty, that's a good start, of course, here. Much different story already here, with just clean mid-fight once again. Medic lives, never a good sign here on Granary. Usually a sign of a long, drawn-out second here, but at least it's going to be on second, not on yard, it seems like. It's a wide open garage door. It's just going to let them in through the flank, and you don't want to stay in on the other side of the second point here on yard too much longer. Once they have that one, easy to just get in an awkward position, stuck where they are on your second point, and you can't do much about it. So fall back early here and try to stop them from getting in at all now here through lunchbox whatsoever. But Tram goes down quickly forward.
Yep, classic little peek forward with your soldier and jump the other one behind up top. Very nicely done there. So that's one frag here for the side of 4Toast. All their heals are towards top as well, so they're going to try and bully with these soldiers. Pappy takes a lot of position, gets a lot of damage as well, takes a lot. They are going to be trying to combine up here. It's actually going to be a trade. Scar does go down. Hey, not anywhere near using his Uber. Does he actually have to use a tool? They will actually lose Luffy, which is a little bit sad, but they manage to conserve their own Uber off of that and get basically everyone else on the side of 4Toast. Only Lucas and Doma, the sole survivors, and they're not going to be doing much here. Oh, I take it back. Tyram does walk into a sticky trap, but other than that.
And it's a lot happening, not a lot that vibrams is happy with necessarily here, but they might still take their chance now, even without Tram alive right now. Very careful about it once again. We've seen this once or twice on Process, a little more justified now with one down, of course, here. to be careful about it. Rotate once more back to the other side here. Try to one-up people. Will in fact find DuMmTm there very alone, but not completely off guard. That's to get out in time with a jump back here. Someone's still stuck on mid. It's Papi and Thomas trying to cause some mayhem here. They're doing that all right. DuMmTm down. It's all they're getting, but that's not even bad necessarily here.
Oh, that was such a fatty air shot from Thomas just then. That was really just a crispy little boy. I mean, it doesn't really mean a lot, because even with the Yak dead right now, it doesn't really change the situation too much. But it was still a very, very nice air shot. Beautifully done there from Thomas, the scout main. Imagine getting air shot by a scout main. Wow.
We live in a society where scout mains are allowed to do that now. And with that, Tomo takes this advantage all the way into mid now. Credit already getting one bomber sniped out there. There won't be a second one, in fact. No one else dares to cast this past the actual scouts on 4Toast here, because they can also shoot in there quite nicely. So no second chance here for them right now on vibrams, and back to their own yard it goes. Haven't spent too much time here just yet, and as it goes, usually a lot more position than the 4Toast positioned team on mid will try to take the chances. A lot of spam already from all directions, and really Credu all the way into the far side of yard here. Someone has to deal with this. Loopy too much to rotate, and Scar also just jumps past the combo right in front of them to help Loopy there and take down Credu.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, Credu went for his little picky fraudy play. You know, doesn't get anything, but that's fine. No real harm done there. Everyone on the side of 4Toast, they've got their position, they've got their high ground, they've got their spam angles, they know what's going on. They've played this map a million times. Oh, Domo used an Uber and then tried to hide so that the other team didn't realize he used Uber. Do they? Is that actually the 900 IQ play? What happened?
I wanna just remind everyone very quick, the server ends at 23.8.
Oh my god. This is actually working. They're just gonna be... They're not even gonna build this Uber. Because you can't build this Uber, because they'll know that you're building Uber. This is genius. Domo's farming Ubers for the logs. Ladies and gentlemen, Domo, best medic in Prem. Best medic in Prem.
Okay, if a medic uses Uber, no one sees this. Did the medic use Uber?
No. Clearly not. Clearly not. I'm going to shout out that time where Olga randomly used Uber twice on a map for no reason, and apparently it was because his mum came in and put his dinner on his mouse mat, and he smacked it twice and used Uber, and apparently his team thought he was trolling and they started having a go at him, and he couldn't explain the situation fast enough in the game.
Well, gotta make the team push at some point here.
We've got equal Ubers again! Yay!
And people thought the solemn bow will prevent this from happening. Turns out it doesn't matter if you have the solemn bow if you don't get to see the other medic.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Lucas does go down. Traded out for Scar. We do see DuMmTm trying to go in, but no, he's not going to be hitting his shots today.
Oh, medic weak. No, we can't get that. He's so deep, but almost damage will just get again. Small tank taken, waste time falling back a little bit, but they don't dare push of it much more here. In fact, never mind. Opinion change. They just buff up, go right back in here. Want to take the better out of this one. We'll use quite a bit later here on vibrams to just get a better push out of this at any capacity, but looks like they don't like the position here at all. 4Toast just much more aggressive with this one.
Yeah, I mean, they're holding it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Still equal Ubers, still equal players. See, I feel like if I was them at this point, like standing around, no one's enjoying the standing around anymore. Just go for something crazy. Scar goes for something crazy, right? He's losing his life now. If you're 4Toast, just be like, mate, we're going left. We're going left as hard as we can left. Credu, he's on the same wavelength as me. He's taking this 1v1 with Loopy. Dishonorably, Loopy calls for the entirety of his team to walk in as well. So that's kind of sad. Papi gets a little bit hung out to dry, but I mean, 4Toast taking the right side is not the worst thing in the world. This isn't too bad. Actually managing to force back.
There was a soldier with like 2 HP. He tries to go for it, and everyone shoots him at the same time here. And the fight's not even over yet. They're losing one more on the flank. Rum trading one out in the end through the hands of Neo for the soldier here. It's gonna confirm Yard at the very least for 4Toast right now, but clearly there's a lot more to go here before they can actually get a lead at all right now. And in this case here, I can't imagine they want to take it easy for the second map now after they let it slip away early with the lead last map.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think both teams at this point, they want to get this over and done with. They want to just, you know, win, lose, whatever. Let's just finish this game. 23 minutes on the clock. Unfortunate. I mean, it's a little bit unfortunate that it is Granary, one of the slower maps in the old Team Fortress 2. So, not really expecting lightning rounds here, but they still want to get something on the board.
Yeah, at some point these players need to start here, and starting to peak a little bit for now, at least. Difficult one to break through a lot of the times here, but one mistake and you get the soldier in the medic's face here. So far that mistake's not happening. Puppy tries to sneak past the soldiers here. Mercilessly gets body blocked and shot down by everyone, so far so good on the defense here right now. Keep this one intact, but not going to make it a lot easier to get to the other side of this second point right now. They're just waiting to see what they're doing here on the other side. The soldiers are coming through. Lots of damage actually. Both soldiers combined to get a kill. They're trying to push out with this one here. Send everyone through the Z entrance and get one more pick. Maybe not quite actually. Everyone's get back in time. It gets some space, but how good is that gonna do you here if you just can't get close at all?
Yeah, there's no real pressure towards DuMmTm. We forcing off that Uber. Didn't even go for like a big sack because there's just so many players standing there. I mean, good attempt, but turns out 4Toast just, you know, didn't want to let it happen. If you can keeping this going just a little bit longer, Loopy is going to be a casualty of war here. So one less scout, one less player to deny things. Obviously, we're still very much inside. This is still, you know, doorways. Just doorway Team Fortress 2. Just spam them, never die. It is kind of the game that we do know and love. But Uber is going to get used. Thomas goes down before it even gets used, though. This is looking pretty good right now. Damage has been dealt. We do see Pappy trying to go behind. He's going to get caught out just a little bit. Oh, and Scar with the skill stick. Of all things, are going to take him down. Now there's no soldiers at all on the side of 4Toast. Only with Thomas just now respawning. Yak wants to try and play much more aggressively. Loopy's actually going to go all the way on the back lines towards his Garrett's position, trying to pincer this team just a little bit right now. Great damage. And the bomb from Yak is huge. Gets that one and that second. These players going all the way towards point. Domo's all by his little lonesome. And he's just going to kill Bind. Brothers not surviving through there. Jorge very much is, though. Not loads of health, but Pappy nowhere to be seen. He's just only now respawning towards mid now. He's not going to win that 1v1. He needs to just escape.
Alrighty, one step closer once again here with Domo down, however. This might be more than just one step forward. This might be walking quite a while here, in fact. Could have stopped much longer on mid here as the captain this one. I'm trying to shut down the forward spawns. Not stopping much of any there, but demo pick is nice. Yeah, gets baited into the sniper side, and here you never want to go there if you know there's forward spawns. I think they realized that very quickly, in fact. We'll all just rotate left again, and we'll find someone there waiting to die as well. Papi takes a fight. Second time round,
Jesus.
Not quite dying to Scar, but losing the fight with them all right. Once again, Freddy's still there though. Taking down Luffy, the only one checking what's up on the other side. Quickly taken down here. They don't need to worry about that too much though. Have the door watched here and capping up the point. Yeah, they still have at 30%.
Get
I mean,
in,
it's a tough one. It's such a long last point though. There's so much time they can just spend rotating here, but they need to actually get on point at some point.
They do. 93, 94% on the side of Domo. Oh
no,
my
flash.
god.
Oh,
This
juggle in the
is
sky.
cringe. Oh, everyone's dying on the side of vibrams. Every single player. It is just
There's
Loopy.
one more left though.
Loopy's hiding. He's being a goofball. He's taking this 1v1 with Neo. Is he going to win it? He gets it. He just stands up point and he just caps it out. Oh my god. This official is just weird.
Third time's the charm. They tried twice on the last map. I think once was Luffy as well. And eventually, try and try again. You will succeed. And they once more have the lead here now on the granary. And maybe the accident I waited for is just this entire game.
This is actually just such a bizarre official to watch, but it's fantastic. Once again, the Div 1 winners, one round up here against these several time grand champion side. This is pretty fantastic stuff. This time, new mid, new me. We're going to be seeing DuMmTm get after annihilated, but combines to take down both scouts. Not a single scout player now on the side of 4Toast, and there's not many other players as well. Lucas and Pappy, they try and jump in, but Jorge, he's got his surfing moon boots on today. He's going to be taking basically no damage. Lucas on the back lines is just, I guess, playing his own game at this point. They don't care. Dude, they don't care at all. Even with a forward spawn, even if he gets to the spawn camp, this is just basically useless right now. Lucas, he's just going to kill bind. He finally gets a read of the room because he needs to be on last. And the thing is, this Uber's already in their hands. Doesn't mean no stickies. Lucas still dead for 8 more seconds. They're going all the way towards point. They can start playing it already with Nuthouse. He's getting so much cap time. Soldier now does try and get towards this point. They're doing so much damage. It's looking fantastic. And a second round is already theirs.
I'm almost upset these last pushes just work as well as they do right now when they struggled so much last map. But, I mean, they've got point last map here. They're on track to get even more than that right now. If they can keep this up a little bit more now. It's very early still. 4Toast brought it back last time, but they have a lot more work to do here. And on Granary, that's a lot harder.
Yep. 18 minutes left on the clock, but 2 rounds is a comfortable position. Little bit of a cushion. Not too bad. Looks like it'll be right side. Heals are going on the side of 4Toast, which is well playing there. Good bomb from Pappy. It's going to be taken down Jorge, so no heals at all. Very, very early into this fight. Domo can play very passive if he wants. Losing these fragging players as well. He's going to incentivize backing up. They're going to go all the way towards Yard. Actually, keep themselves healthy. Pappy is on the back lines. They can even lose full control over this mid if they want, because this Eva's about to come up any second now. We do see some of these players going back to try and deal with Pappy. He is just about managing to continue living. And 4Toast just off the threat of that as well. Manages to take a decent amount of position here. DuMmTm trying to go towards the back lines as well. Get taken down. There's another backer. What is happening? Everyone's everywhere right now, and Pappy's still behind the entirety of vibrams, and Scar's just walking away. Okay.
Well, almost at least.
Okay.
Pappy doesn't even dare try that much as well right now, just waits behind for a chance. At some point his team's going to push, and at that point the Uber threat is going to force people back, maybe right into him, but no, they have eyes on that already. They're not going to fall for the obvious threat here being the player in the back, while the push comes up front. Not this time. Stay alive, still have to give up a point though, so it's not all fine and dandy here for vibrams as much as they're in lead right now. Slowly being pushed back once again. Uber advantage quickly dwindling as well right now. Will probably kill off chances pretty quick for 4Toast to keep momentum up here. So once again, finding ourselves in a little bit of a stalemate here. They want to get things going quick though. Thomas right in and right back to spawn.
Yeah, you know, he went for it. He tried. He died. You know, couldn't ask any more of him. You know, it is what it is. So. Going to be interesting to see how 4Toast wants to try and deal with this. Obviously, even more so than last game, the responsibility is on them to make things happen. We do see Happy trying to get a little bit aggressive on this top right, you know, try and spam things out a little bit. Obviously, the dream is to try and get a bit of spam towards Jorge and try and just jump someone all the way through. They are trying to go for exactly that, but 0 damage being hit, and Kridu's flank attempt got nothing as well. vibrams is moving towards his left-hand side. They know it's uncontested. Do actually do a lot of damage to Pappy as well. No one's on the high ground. Will be Uber's getting traded. Neo gets a nice little bit of damage, but it is better. The side of vibrams, they will be forcing back these players. They can't quite continue all the way, so they're going to be very happy to trade out this position to try and get control of mid and just keep themselves happy. Keep this clock on ticking down.
Alrighty, back to mid it goes for vibrams here. Just going back and forth at the moment, and I mean, there's only one team that capitalizes off this really right now. Any time spent not losing rounds is a good time for vibrams to winning this game at the moment, so they gladly take back mid, lose it again, retake it later, just to keep up the scoreline they have in hand already. So on and on it goes halfway through the map. They're still having this 2-0 lead, and 4Toast needs to find some answers here right now. They found them eventually last map here. This has not been looking like that just yet. Whenever they had a chance on vibrams, they just greatly took it all the way here. The last pushes being especially really just quick and easy every single time the two we've seen. 4Toast needs to just be very careful about what options they take, and it's difficult into this midpoint here, of course.
Yeah, nothing's easy about it. It is still Grana, it is still basically made of doorways. Almost seems a little bit of a nice position if you're on the side of mid. We do see some taunts happening on the side of vibrams. Just standing on the middle point, taunting, just like, hey, jump at us. Try and kill us. I dare you, you know? Thomas is like, alright, I'll give it a go. E jumps in, E gets nuked, and he craters.
Well, I mean, an attempt was there. Didn't go very far, but I will credit him what's due, I guess. Either way, though, is this gonna force anything out of vibrams here? They don't need to be that aggressive, but they want to be. They're not done yet. This is 2-0. They want to see a 3 at Verbadum here, so Scar goes in, tries to win the fight with Pappy. Will just quickly lose out on that one here. Some more spam comes through as well, but no one's really in too much of a threat there at the end of all that. So they can keep themselves safe just fine with this here on 4Toast. Can maybe opt to play off Scar being done.
Possibly. I mean, they are going to be going towards this left-hand side, getting just a little bit of spam, but I mean, the heals have already rotated, so worst-case scenario would be just a little trade situation. Yeah, it's going to be surfing away. But don't want to go for any kind of massive continuation. We do see Thomas on the old spy, so he's on the back lines. He's already had to decloak. And goes in, he gets a butter knife, and he does not get the force today.
Right,
honestly,
down once
right, okay.
Again. Yeah, I mean,
this is like, so the way 4Toast win this right now, it's 13 minutes left to go. They are 2 rounds down, but apparently they're getting Yak addicted to typing stuff in chat. So what they're going to do is, at a certain point, Yak will be typing more than he's playing the game, and they'll just win somehow. So, you know, eventually, this is the war of attrition of who wants to continue playing the game.
Maybe. You just need to find out when he's typing, and suddenly there won't be any sticky stat on you.
Yeah, apparently. All right, left-hand side, aggression. Tomas traded out for Tiram. No real continuation can be made there. No real space being made, so it is what it is. We do see this rotate as well. That can be putting up his old sticky bombs. Potential opportunities for Happy to go through top, but not really. It's so hard. Neo down. This is two-man advantage, the side of Vibrams. Only short-lived, though. They could try and go for something if they want. I mean, at this point, do they even bother? It's 12 minutes left to go, but they seem to be doing something as well. Oh, one rocket! Catches him up, hits the air shot, but Domo had already used his Uber, so this is looking very, very good. Scar and Tiram, they do both lose their lives for it, so no soldiers at all on the defending side. Entirety Vibrams will be backing out towards Garage. They don't want to use this Uber just yet. 5 seconds on their spawners does mean it is 100% worth using this Uber to try and get their spawners in. Yak's jump kind of sucked, though, unfortunately. Hit that crate, so wasn't able to go all the way in, wasn't able to catch anything too much. So now Uber's been used. Potential repush opportunity because Tomas is on all of the height on the back lines. Fredo as well in a great position to be taking down Tiram. We do see Loopy on the back lines. They're going to be getting frag after frag after frag right now. Nice little bomb from Scar, actually. Does get quite a bit. But this is going to be all on this follow-up from Tomas. Gets a lot of damage. Oh, he just about goes down. Yak gets the sword kill. And Pappy, he actually has to just run away. It's so messy, man.
I mean, apparently the shit talk's working, because this game is going a whole different direction than it even looked like last map somehow, and it's just chaos right now. But they're still fighting. They don't want anyone to get away with things. They want this Matt down now, finally once again, and get back out to spawn.
But Lucas!
No luck just yet. There's the typing coverage. You can just see him being
you see that? He stops moving because he's like, mate, I gotta chat some absolute shit right now. Let's go.
Oh boy, these guys are each other's heads.
Game. This is.
Oh boy.
I'm not even looking at the game at this point. I'm just reading chat.
Well,
okay, right.
Shit talk aside, they have the advantage now, so maybe 4Toast will have maybe not the last laugh here, but at least one more chuckle coming up. There's no way to be much of second. Scar might actually eat the consequences for trying. Will just about get out. He was in, however, they want people to die. Scar's weak. Devilman has to jump back out as well. Everyone's escaping for now, but not for long. They just need Capim to wrap this up. It's coming in very late, but it's coming in time, and there you go.
Just like that, force the players away, stand at the point. GR. Shout out to Hipbar back in the day. Right, 10 minutes left on the clock, 2-1. Ribham's middle finger still in a winning position, but have they chatted their last shit? Who knows?
I mean, for what it's worth, like Rita just showed us, while a round got lost by Yak and there was no shit talk anymore. Curious.
Interesting. All right, brand new mid, fourth one of the map here, keeping things going, keeping things exciting. Both scouts on the side of Vivian's middle finger playing this high ground, as you would expect, you know. No one going for those early bombs. Nice rockets here from Tiram. Gonna be taking down Neo. The combined power of the 4Toast soldiers going to be kind of hard nuking right now. Nuthouse and Yak both going down. Do have somehow both medics against the man. I was going to say they both live, but they very much do not. Jorge's keeping himself alive. He could potentially get 2 frags there. Kredu coming in directly behind him. He's absolutely unaware. He has no idea, and he's just going to get popped down from Lucas. That's a little bit sad. Trying to be a little sneaky boy, but that very, very late death is actually going to matter quite a bit. 14 seconds of advantage is actually kind of huge.
That makes a massive difference. Yeah, this is so much advantage for their own team now that you're going to be worried about your position on second and how long you can keep it at all here. They're setting up some traps. They're getting the buffs ready, but for the most part, Yard's largely out of the equation here. Yeah, they have some sneaky traps here near the planks and near the boiler, trying to catch people by surprise. No one's walking into it just yet. Just perfectly positioned outside range of that. Right into the sniper cycle, but no one has any chance of forward spawn. So I don't know whether he was pre-firing that.
That's a nice little direct there. Loopy, he's gone down. This ad is very much enough to go with, and I feel like Vibrams isn't respecting it quite enough. all the way towards the left-hand side. We're seeing the flank go. They want to try and take this point still a little bit for free, but they're just walking all the way through towards top now. 15% left to go. Uber does get used. Jorge's all the way towards this right-hand spawn. He's going to be getting inside it. He will be getting his Uber. Does drop his down for it. He has to use in the spawn door. So much time towards the point. We do see Nuthouse and Luffy, a scout brother in arms, surging all the way forward, but they can't really look to hard commit right now. We do see slightly unfortunate timing here for Thomas, dropping down just a little bit too early, but they can stand on point. So much time. The spawning Tyram. Does he manage it? This is so
he shot himself off the point.
He just gets shot off the point. It's 2-2.
What a game this is so far here in 4Toast, bringing it back with only 7 minutes left. I don't think they want the golden cap here on either side anymore. They just want this over. So whatever happens on the mid-fight, hugely influential for the remainder of this regular time of the game here. They've got to get things going. The last few mid-fights have been really good looking for 4Toast here. vibrams need to step up the game here to live up to their own shit talk, it seems.
Yeah, calm down, calm down. The BM is a little bit quieter right now as Yak gets deleted out of the mid-fight. No, sir, not interested in you. We do see Pappy as well going all the way in. He takes a lot, but he deals a lot and just prevents vibrams from having any in on this mid-fight at all. They don't even get towards that point today, so whatever. With 2 spam classes down as well, 4Toast. They want to keep on moving through. Left-hand side, they've got 2 scouts. They've got a Dream and a Prayer, forcing everyone now, vibrams, all the way backside of point. Uber is in hands of Jorge, so it will be at worst a little trade if things continue. Suddenly, 4Toast getting a little bit into the swing of things. 6 minutes left on the clock means plenty of time to play with, but definitely momentum in their hands.
Ooh, spam not quite connecting. They keep Scar alive just about. Everyone's still here on the side of vibrams to keep hold of the second point. Don't want to go back to last once again, because both times they got there, it was over before it started. Need to be careful. They've been, like you said, recklessly kind of just been losing people very quickly on seconds so far. Bit of spam towards Lunchbox. Not going to overextend here yet, but at some point, 4Toast going to dare a little bit more here, and then we'll see who's going to take the best chances here just yet. For now, still just a bit of spam peeking. Drum wants to kill so badly, but can't quite reach for Thomas over. Does in fact go in and will find the force as well. Just unceremonious Uber into left side all the way through Shutter. Will at least get Lucas here, but not much else it seems. Counter-sack, Ram on right. Will not get close enough to the medic to stand a chance here. There's still players down, but with this Uber ad, they can't even afford to wait if they really have to. Worst case, it's going to be a slightly less Uber ad for last year, but realistically, they're already taking space as we speak here, and they're going to try to catch them out on it, but damage is not good enough. Domo holds this Uber forever, will not give in to the pressure.
Squeaky bum time, but it's all good, you know? As long as he doesn't have to use it, everything's looking pretty happy once again. Takes a lot of damage. Only 25% advantage right now, actually. They've been putting so hard on the side of vibrams that actually, if they go for this push, this might be almost baiting themselves into getting an over-aggressive little push. Lucas does jump deep. He gets a lot of stickies. Before he gets his Uber, Lucas actually goes down just because we couldn't connect his beam to him anymore. Leo, very much the same story. So this is going to be strongly held and a repush basically ready to go. This is going to be one frag here for Thomas. Gets some good follow-up damage as well, but going to be going down. And oh, this is somehow the Thomas managing to continue holding second. And with an engineer, it's kind of like maybe they can start trying to walk forward here. That NG, I mean, it's good as long as the gun stays up, but the second that goes down, it's basically a bit of a useless class. They're trying to get towards this left-hand side. No soul to take the high ground is going to hurt them. And McCready getting 2 shot. This is not going to be something that 4Toast wants to continue with. They need to get out, and now.
That was a close one for the scout there, even just about manages to escape here after Credu already got nuked in the first place here, holding on for dear life once again. We're reaching a point of endgame, similar to last map here, where vibrams just needs to really focus on not losing right now before they can have any ideas about winning again. These picks are nice and all, but it's just too little to really damn a great push out right now. Maybe a sack, but even that's get preempted very quickly up top. Scar won't get far through the upper area here, stopped by the soldier, and now it's Credu's time to shine. Maybe picks up the sniper rifle. For many people's surprise, maybe this has somehow been the much more aggressive Glacier map here, and this is the only time we've seen the sniper now, other than the like short-lived forward spawn one.
Yeah, we do see opportunities for Credu to maybe pick up Yak here. They've always peeking the angles. Maybe he shouldn't be, but not quite connecting yet. Credu obviously famed sniper, but not quite connecting his shots just yet. Might need a couple minutes to warm up, but only 3 actually left on the clock, so not a lot of time to play with. Seems to be picking his left-hand side. Maybe If he doesn't get a medic, he can get something else. Ooh, not connecting on the engineer. Soldier is close. He might get taken down, though. Yep, Hiram will be dying. Going to be seeing Scar rotate as well to spam just a little bit, make this a bit easier. Potentially go for some kind of sack and sniper peek attempt at the same time. Be interesting to see what they go for.
One step at a time, Inatos picks our rifle up as well to combat this as well here. Both Finn scouts on the sniper, hitting shots, quite weak, but they are not silly enough to not have a buff on the sniper when there's the chance of anything happening to the guy here. So Credu stays alive just about. A slip of HP here. Spam is there. They really don't want Credu to get a chance at all here. Can't go for the medic easily at all. You gotta get past Nuthouse first. That's really all you can do about this one, and that won't happen. Oh, the Domo as well. He didn't respect Trab holding open the door, just runs in with this. I don't think they even expected the sniper to the shot. They just wanted Trab to deal the damage, and he sure did.
Oh my god, that is disastrous now. 1 minute 50. And this will be vibrams taking control of point. This is a very scary time in terms of potential backcaps. Obviously, you know, the worst thing in the world right now is to get backcap in this situation. Scar has gone down. Obviously, they can basically stand still at this point inside of vibrams and at least guarantee themselves most likely a golden cap. And it looks like that might be what they're looking to do. Scar, still 10 seconds away from actually spawning. Yeah, it's 80 seconds on the clock. I don't think they're even going to go for this like full commit push. They're just going to be trying to take us to a second golden cap of the night.
I think if you're just trying to hold the second point, you still should have an NG, be it on second or on last. You want the safety net of something going wrong here, and something that they just have to chew through very awkwardly. And surprised we don't see it here yet. I guess if it was not exactly a soldier spawning, we might have seen it on a scout spawning now on NG, but it is in fact a scout just spawning in the soldier class. He probably should in this situation to have the spam ready to deny people quickly here and stall down the last 50 seconds, get themselves at bare minimum another point out of this game.
Yeah, we did see Scarty go spy and check some off classes just in case, possibly check Medigun or something kooky like that, but nothing too much. Uber does get used, Tiram dies for it, but that's all fine. Scar as well, possibly just didn't get the memo there. That's a little bit of a blunder there. Yak is trying to play close, not actually even getting this Uber force off. Neo is going to be going down. We do see Thomas with the follow-up, getting good damage. He is going to be forcing up this Uber Pappy as well, all the way towards point. He's going down. 3 players dead on the side of 4Toast, and Kratos just trying to jump all the way in by his lonesome. Lucas trying to sticky up point as much as he can, but Kratos was in just that little bit too early. They're all getting nuked down. I don't think Domo's winning this 1 versus 5, nor really should he. 6 seconds left on the clock. Second golden cap. What a first official of the season, man.
And they find out that they had to extend the server, because it would have otherwise it ended in 6 minutes. And if it is anything like last map, we might be here for this golden cap a little while.
Oh my days. Right.
Just, wow. What a game this has been so far. Just, I mean, everything that could be happening really did happen in this game. We had some stalemates, we had a lot of back and forth action, a lot of messy stuff, a lot of great plays coming out for these teams here. A lot of heartbreak with the lead for vibrams early, but it's, well, couldn't live up to the shit talk just yet. A little bit more game to be played here for them.
It's just a whole situation. It's a whole situation. There's discussions about whether they can trade golden caps and just say, you know, 1 each. The side of 4Toast is not happy.
Football because Spain is playing.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have much luck at that, I'll be honest.
Yeah, at this rate, cutting it close here.
Well, 4Toast, they're already happy to go. Yep, both teams readying up. Is this it? Is this the last mid-fight of the night? It's not even guaranteed, but let's hope that it is. Let's hope that it is. Season 39, week 1, still that same official. Still a 2-mapper. 4Toast versus vibrams Middle Finger. This is our golden cap granary. After we just only saw 4Toast win that first map 2 ETFTL points to 1. Oh, they barely turned up to this mid. They're incredibly slow, going towards top with a lot of their players. Not their heals though. Tiram's actually the first casualty. This is not looking fantastic for them at all. They're basically caught all the way towards the corner on the side of vibrams. They need to just escape, otherwise this damage is going to be quite horrifying. Neo is something they do manage to gather up here, so that's not too bad. Do they go for this big brave boy repush? A soldier most definitely wants to. Takes a great little position. Perfect little direct towards Pappy there as well. Yak goes down, Luther goes all the way towards point, just 2 shots down Domo. So this is looking fantastic. We do see, he does have his Uber, so he can use it at any point, and he will. have to do exactly that. Lucas, Crady, both going down to this Uber. Thomas still on mid, crouched, and he just walks and just shoots the floor. That's
Did you
bizarre.
know if you walk crouch, it's harder to see?
Yeah, apparently, you know, Vibram's vision's based on movement, so do just stand still and crouches, and it's all good. Don't you even worry. Now, 4Toast like, guess what? We got heals, you don't. Let's just try and walk in. Bam. Gonna be hitting crazy little air shots. The pipes raining out. DuMmTm, goodbye. Get out the server. We're not interested in fighting you.
What's guys behind them?
The last little feeder.
Who beefed the rocket? They didn't realize it though, so he gets a second chance on the attempt. Automatically sneaks up the door once more, comes in with the bomb, hits so much damage, will get the kill.
Joking.
All the way from behind after missing one rocket so much it didn't hit anyone, so they did not realize.
Oh my god. There's like a couple forward for the side of Vibrams, but like they're not going to do anything there. He's on like 30%. That's about as much ad as he'll get. They're trying to move forward with their heals. This would be a brave repush. Brave in the utmost sense of the word. They have got good damage being dealt though. Loopy's getting aggressive towards this point. We do see Thomas just trying to drop down. He actually gets blasted back up again. He's going to die. Thomas as well. Traded out 5 versus 5. Uber not in their hands yet, but second will be. They're going to keep on going. You can see, yeah, he's posturing all the way. He wants to go this deep right-hand side, possibly picking up this soldier as well. This is going to be enough Uber advantage to push off if they can find them. And they just want to keep on going all the way to mid. They want this momentum, this speed. They're going in. Uber has been used. The jumps come in. Nice. Sticky's going to be picking up Pappy. They can't continue all the way towards Domo, though, as much as Loopy desperately would like to. But now, Domo's 80%. It's just going to be a leapfrog. If they're standing on point when this Uber comes out, they are going to be absolutely terrified. Walking through choke. Hiram not going for the bomb, going for just that little bit of spam. They're managing to deny this cap, which is so significant in terms of the forwards. Neo doing great work here to keep himself alive and takes down Tiram as well. That's very nicely played there with the scouts.
It's 100% the correct play though for Vibrams to give up the point here. If you try to desperately get it, anyone that's capping will die. And you just have players down for no reason here. They still are with Drum going down. Loopy daring big as well with hiding play here. While the Scars behind, they bank everything on players on the flank doing the work here. And mixed results just soda down. Scout cleans up the mess though. Gets the kills forward here. All they have to do is just keep themselves alive up front, and with everyone running to deal with Loopy in the back. Looks like that's exactly the case.
Oh my god, he nearly got a third there as well. That was absolutely huge. Hoy's going to be getting his own Uber just about now. Obviously, everything is getting traded. This game is just trades and trades and trades. But this will be a situation where Vibram's middle finger will have to just take a breather right now. I need to take a breather. They need to take a breather. Thomas is trying to get all the way in, does great damage. But Nuthouse is just picking up one after another frag. They need to get this one other player with them. Looking good, but Yaxa's overstaying his welcome. Oh my god, but Loopy's just running into the flank. Like, what? It's just everything's chaos right now. Everything's chaos.
Well, this fight's not over yet. Just spam towards the shot of both teams, just clinging onto the position over the point here that they have right now. Trying to get more, I guess, in 4Toast. Casey Tron goes in with more damage, but just instantly deleted by Crowder and Lucas here. No chance to stay alive on that. Loopy peeking through the flanks, sees exactly what's up, sees everyone's just waiting on Shutter. They want these kills, they want the damage towards the Shutter, but they're just dying for it one by one. At least they trade this time. But is that really good news right now if you're already both soldiers down here?
Oh, I have no idea. Credu tries to make some fatty plays, but he's just going to basically get two-shot. Loopy and Nuthouse are hitting their shots today. And with Pappy going down, that's like, there's only 3 players on the side of 4Toast, right? That's simple maths. Tells you right now, economics, they got to back all the way towards choke. The bomb from from Yak onto Lucas is going to be forcing him out. They do manage to regain control of Yard, but it's still equal Ubers. 10 minutes left to go, and I'm getting PTSD right now with how back and forth this is.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have 30-minute golden caps anymore, but we very well might have 30 minutes of golden cap in this match here in due time if this goes on any longer. Just split between 2 maps. Thomas goes in with the bomb, tries to get onto the medic kits. Absolutely nothing, actually. Just
that
no
was
damage
insane.
at all.
How did like none of that actually convert
Negative
damage
being actually healing Walker for the bomb he tried. Ram goes down similarly quickly though, so equal exchange so far with nothing much happening, and back to square one it goes.
Yeah, right. Pappy, he goes for a skip. He falls over. He dies. Whatever. It is what it is. We're seeing more position being taken. Nice little air shot. Credu surfs it to literally the other side of the map right now. You see these soldiers trying to get aggressive. So many players on the side of vibrams trying to go towards this left-hand side, shooting all these MG might rockets and really not getting a great deal for it. Thankfully, Nuthouse does manage to get one, and with only one player disadvantage, they can look to try and hold things a little bit. DuMmTm does go towards this right-hand side. It's actually, only now been spotted. He's going to try and get out. We'll just about manage to have some success with that, but we're still on both teams' hands, still fighting over the second point. This just keeps on going.
Yeah, it's just a gift that keeps on giving here, except I think no one wants to keep on giving on the server. They just want to win at this point here, but with both teams in the same position, this is just continuing to stalemate here once again. One player down. It's an invitation indoor for 4Toast, it seems, just busting through, going in, no holds barred, straight in on them here. Don't take anyone down, force the Uber with people weak. That might help post over here, but they have a shorter Uber, need to get out of here. No one will.
Oh my god, and it's just going disastrous. 1, 2, 3, all getting taken down. Credu as well. He tries to go in as like some last-ditch attempt towards the flank, but that ain't gonna happen. Neo and Domo, they managed to survive, so they will be continuing to be trying to get their Uber, trying to keep things equal in terms of percentages, not necessarily players, but they've got to go all the way out to second. No way in hell can 4Toast possibly contest mid. But with all of these forward ones, they can keep a hold of this second yard position. And this is, I'm seeing it. It's going to happen, ain't it? It's going to happen.
Alrighty, well, it's going to be cutting it close here. Both teams building. They have even Uber right now. It might slow down again here, but I can just see someone throwing themselves away at this, much like we've seen on second just now. And dare it all on one more play here. Certainly wouldn't be surprised by this at all here with how this golden cap has been going, but chances need to be taken here eventually right now to decide this game once and for all here. Spam comes through, but no one wants to commit just yet. Just so keen to just get all the points. They don't want to die. Scar takes a chance. Eventually he goes through the flank, crashes into Thomas right away. Bomb by Tron goes in on the medic. The force on a missed rocket.
That was just about using time there for Domo to get a couple players for it, but still firmly Uber in the hand of vibrams. They just want to go aggressive. Nuthouse wants to. That is Nuthouse's speciality right now. They are going to use it all. They're going to be trying to keep on moving all the way forward. With Domo able to run away, scout speed is not really going to matter. It's actually Lucas who's all the way towards this flank. Basically
yeah,
doing
three
nothing.
pipes in a row and Scout Neo just gets melted by the Devil Man. Absolutely eviscerated here, and they can just keep up the pressure. Back up happening though. I don't think it's enough without a block, and they are looking at the point, just seeing it go to waste here. They can't go in. Spawns come in, Poppy is there as well, and Credu in the back could cause some mayhem here, but they're already going point, dealing the damage. Soldier spammed off.
Oh, they get so much fun, they get so many frags, they're just standing on it! And that's it! vibrams middle finger, they take the golden cap win, and after everything, after our 3 or 4 hours, however much TF2 we just played, that's going to be 3-3 in ETF2L points.
That is the only correct scoreline. There is no winners here. There is just nobody winning.
Insane. Insane.
What a game to start the season off with. Well, I've seen some high-mighty people say, wow, what a bad season. There's not even X players, X teams around, but who cares when you get games like this one instead? Right? Sure, we don't have like Ascents and Feigns and Swifts and Nerd Rages, but we sure have close as hell games that just go literally as long as they can be. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
No. That was just, like, I don't know. I can't even comprehend how that game happened. That was just things, you know?
And that is 3 points that, once again, I don't think many people expected vibrams to get here, and they're running away with all 3 of them here in the end. Not a win by any means necessarily, but it's points you'll gladly take here. This race for players will be incredibly close, I would imagine, by the end of the season here, and this will sure be helpful here, assuming 4Toast, can rein themselves in. Otherwise, they might still keep dropping points in the future here. Hard to imagine that they're in a position now where they have to, beat expectations from week 1 like this, but it happens literally to the best of them.
I'll be honest, we've been going for so long.
Yeah.
I gotta continue eating my dinner, mate. I thought this was gonna be like a one and done. I thought this was gonna be some cheeky, 5-0s, but no.
Yeah, this was a hell of a game here. I guess the lesson of today is that the accidents was the friends we made along the way, except no one made friends today. Everyone's enemies, and isn't that just great? That is the drama you want to see for the season to come. People just really want to beat each other. And
Yeah.
there you go.
Honestly, I mean, it makes it more interesting if there's just drama at the very start of the season. Let's just keep the drama going throughout the season. Let's just everyone just make enemies, and then next TF2 land is just going to be just a nightmare of like people hating each other. Love it.
With that, we'll see you
Or
probably
just
next
lovely.
Thursday, I would imagine, with more games to come. I need to hunt down some officials still, but Thursday should be games here, so see you then.